Alrighty, welcome back to the stream, and welcome back once again to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Today, we're continuing back on with the tale of the trickster, Sam Chadlovsky. After doing Inevitable Access the other time, we now have access to a new power on top of it all. Only lasts for 10 minutes, but it seems like it doesn't have a cast limit, so hey, that's something. That's probably a bug. They're probably going to patch that. They might have already patched it, in fact. Shh. Alright, anyway. So yeah, we're back in the Lucianera a little bit. Got some business to take care of here.
It's time to act!
There's my new power. Nixie Prankster, Red Caps, and Wild Hunt Archer. Fish missile. Alrighty. Let me just double check something as well. Yeah, okay. So I believe... There we go, yeah. I thought I had Wendog's quest active.
He's here. I can feel him in these gates. Their locks made of the bones of my tribe's folk, and will only open to someone from my tribe. Savermalak is hiding here.
How do you feel?
Like I'm dancing on the tip of an arrow, master. If I lose control for just a moment, I will lose myself, swept away on the bloody madness that's raging in my heart. But I will hold it together as long as I can.
Are you sure you're ready to enter?
Yes, 1,000 times yes. Let's kill him. Got him, scratch out his eyes, rip off his jaw. Let his blood shower us with rain like rain.
Let's go inside.
Yes, inside.
Wendog is like a knocked arrow ready to be loosed, eager to rush headlong toward a fight with her former master. Alright, so before we do that, I want to check a couple things. Primarily, what do I have in my quest log to do? So, I've got... Alright, this is the storyteller stuff. I've got Dark Moon Rising, Dream in Ruin, so I gotta take Bruce Layout, Blood Whispers, Wendog, Wicked. Yeah, that's coming. Demonic Hide and Seek. Second part of the Lexicon Paradox. I know exactly where that is, actually. So I gotta deal with Xerix. That's a thing. Or rather, send more of it over to Xerix, because that's just as easy. Grudges to settle. Find the ousted Shavaro. She's down in the lower city. That's easy enough. Mercy. Take vengeance on Latverk. Give the Spinner of Nightmares diary to Hylor. That's next chapter. Okay, Art of Making Friends, the Hindrian Crystal. I've got to go into the mines. And this is secure an audience. Alright, so got to do... Right, I did the Valexia stuff last time. I already did Battle Bliss. So I got to do Shamira. I got a smattering of stuff around. It's not terrible. Have I think I've done pretty much everything. Let's see. I did Social Side Quest. See, we got Social, we've got... Who else? Okay, we did Social, we did... Ember's coming, Wendog is here. I did Camellia's. Haven't talked to Greybor yet. Need to talk to Greybor and deal with Wolotus. That's the other one I'm missing.
We do it my way.
Before we do anything else, anything here? No. Does Ember have legendary proportions yet? No. Okay. That's unfortunate, because that legendary proportions, as it turns out, is actually incredible.
Follow if you
Makes
dare.
them very large. Thanks to the DLC for letting me try that out. I do appreciate having a thing that just lets you level up to 20 immediately. Okay, I don't have anybody who's going to cast haste.
I'm always ready.
We'll make things right.
It's not really an issue. Alright, there's the door. The demon's grim figure, which resembles a skeleton with a glossy skin stretched over it, hovers above you. A sea of eyes glitter hungrily in the darkness. The mongrels have been trained well, and they make not a sound as they wait for their master's order to attack. The stinger, crowned with a drop of cloudy poison, is pointed at Wendwag.
I can see you, my lost child. I felt you from afar and called you. Good girl, come and kneel before me. I'm not a good girl.
A growl catches in the huntress's throat. Oily tears seep from Wendwag's eyes, painting her face with glistening black streaks. She lets out an inarticulate, crazed howl.
Then who are you? Just my pet. All of you are my little pets, my creatures, and I am your creator. Wasn't I the one who nurtured you, child? Would you like to have another taste of my poison? Sinking your teeth into a helpless victim and feeling it wash over your tongue? Or are you strong enough to take it from my stinger? Come, I'll give it to you. It will be sweet and possibly lethal, but you will have such power if you survive. I gave you everything. Strength, food, a path. So who am I to you? Your blood is whispering the truth to you, isn't it? You creator, your strength.
Wendwag clenches her fists so hard they crack, her eyes rolling and her body shaking in ecstatic convulsions. Wendwag, are you okay? Huntress hunches strangely as if preparing to leap. Disjointed rambling pours from her lips.
Fight. Blood. I want blood. All right. She has never been better. I am calling to my blood, and it is answering. It is seething in her veins, whispering, kill. It promises the sweet taste of raw meat, the hot splash of blood on your face, horrifying screams and quivering flesh in your claws. Could you resist that?
What do you mean you made them, Sam? I like mongrels are descended from Crusaders. Sam Malik's whitish eyes stare at Wendwag, greedily drinking in every convulsion that ravages the raging huntress's body.
Yes, and I was the corruption. I was the sweet bile that poisoned them. I'll tell you my story, my naive commander. A long, long time ago, when stupid mortals thought that one crusade would be enough, angels came down from heaven to fight among you. Quarreled. A child of light led a troop of crusaders deep into the wound.
Wendwag echoes Savmalik, slurring.
They tore, devoured, drank blood, drank poison. I remember, I feel...
Yeah, okay, eat the angel, he'll give us our strength. That's how that works. So the mongrels weren't noble crusaders? Nope, they're sinners.
No, we're not the outcasts, we're survivors. We're those who had power, resilience, determination, not renegades, but predators. Yes, my clever child, you are the strongest and the most resilient. Sentient beasts created and bred to fight. That is why I value you so much.
I'm gonna be real, they are pretty sick. Last time they didn't cry black tears.
Did you really think my powers are as crude as that? In the caves I summoned those I chose. Here I'm calling to the blood of all my children.
Where'd you get the mongrels? Didn't you flee Neathholm?
Oh, Commander, don't assume that you're the only one with a loyal army. I've been gathering my children for years. Those who were assumed to have been lost in the caves, in truth, found their true home. Do you recognize their faces, Wendwag?
The huntress looks over the crowd of mongrels with glassy eyes.
Old Gorm, good warriors, I remember them. Many thousand gongs have passed since you went hunting and returned with prey for the tribe. I remember you, although I was just a child back then. You, how did you get here?
Wendwag pointed a big mongrel, old but still strong.
You recognize him, though many years have passed, don't you? father and daughter meet again? Now you are family not only because of the blood in your veins, but because of my poison mixed with it. And you can reunite. You never thought you'd see him again, did you, child? Well, this is a gift to you. My poison doesn't kill mongrels. It gives them a long life. I take care of my servants. I will take care of those who remained in Dresden too. Do you see how generous I am, child? Thank your creator.
Horror and astonishment win out over the rage consuming Wendwog's soul. Stunned, she stares at the man before her, whispering,
Father, but you went missing during a hunt. Why didn't they tell me? Why?
The traces of fear in her voice give way to a bestial growl. Wendwog, set your father free!
So stupid. He's a good servant, one of the best. You know how many mortals he has killed for me? How he tore them into pieces with his bare hands? He has good blood, and his daughter does too. They will both be mine. Like those before, and those before them were, as those after them will be.
Listen to my voice, you must wake up. The huntress gives a start and looks at you without recognition. Kill your creator, Wendwog, and his strength will be yours. Wendwog gives a start, then smiles rapaciously, looking at Savmelek.
Yes, it will be mine. Your blood, your power, your poison. I will take it all.
Time to kill you.
Oh no, Commander. While I did receive mythic power from my master, I'm not in the mood to fight now. It's time for me to visit my children in Dresden, the city you abandoned.
Wendwog gives a start, and raging greed awakens in her voice.
No, these waters, they belong to me. All of you are mine. You and those behind you and those standing here right now.
Savmelek makes a gesture, and mongrels assume threatening stances.
Choose, child. You either become one of my servants or die at their claws.
Turning casually to his warriors, Savmelek says,
Kill.
The mongrels let out a wild roar, but Wendwog responds with mad and bloodthirsty laughter.
You want to kill me? Come on!
Alright, I think I said to turn-based to deal with some annoying shit.
Ow, what is that?
Just let Wendwog take care of everything. Breathing heavily, Wendwog doesn't even try to wipe the blood splatter from her face. Her eyes quickly lose their crazed look.
So who else wants to fight? No one? Savmelek, where did he go? He said something about Dresden. My warriors! Master, he wants to take my warriors away from me. We must go back!
Are you alright? Wendwog wipes away the black streaks left by her tears.
Feeling better, Master. My mind is clear.
Glad you're able to overcome his poison. You hear a hint of mulish arrogance in Wendwog's weary voice.
You didn't doubt me, did you, Master?
Do you believe what Savmelek said about him?
He wasn't lying, I can sense it. When he talked about it, it's like I was there. I tasted the meat, that poison on my tongue. I think it actually happened. Our traditions have always been harsh, and I understand better where they stem from.
It's not up to us to judge them, we weren't there.
They made their choice, Master. If I had been in their place, I would have done the same.
Your father was here, right? Wendwog's face freezes. She's silent for a long time before looking at the corpse lying nearby.
Yes, Master, that is him. My father.
Do you grieve for him?
I don't know. I did a long time ago when he went missing. It's hard to bury someone thrice in your heart, but it's bitter.
What was he like?
I don't remember. The last time I saw him, it was many gongs ago. I knew more about him from the stories of others. He was a tough chief, a skilled hunter, a good husband.
The huntress pauses and then looking at you straight in the eye says reluctantly,
He was big. In my memories, he's always been the biggest and the strongest.
How'd he go missing?
Just like many others. He went hunting and disappeared. That kind of thing is common in the caves. We didn't know it's because of Savmelek's servants, not wild predators. And then, when I served Hasilla, I wasn't let in on the secret.
A grim silence hangs after Wendwog's words, filled with the promise of cruel death. Sorry for your loss. Wendwog jerks her chin up, saying decisively,
Death comes for all. Life shouldn't be wasted on weeping for the dead.
We can't return to Galarian, but in Dresden, your kin are safe. Probably right. He won't come to Dresden openly. If he dares to take my army, I'll shove his own stinger down his throat. Wendog casts a heavy look at the bodies at her feet. Goodbye, my brethren. From now on, you are no longer lost in the caves, and your names will be spoken at the tribal fire once again. Looking at you, the huntress says hoarsely, "After everything we have learned, I suppose you will want to talk to me. Come and see me at the camp. I'll be waiting." Yeah, that's a... Honestly, that is like a significantly more, what's the best way to put it? Oh, there's a trap on that chest. It's a significantly more, important thing now that I've done that little bit of dialogue.
That was
Like,
easy.
before this comic, it's like, oh my god, all the old people are here. And now it's like, oh, her dad's here too. Ooh.
I'm off.
Oof. Big oof. How long is that ass going to be there for?
I do what I must.
Pretty sure Wendog could have just killed everything too. Fatal Mark.
I'm gone.
Wait, what was that? On hit, the ammunition marks its target and creates an invisible bomb between them. Whenever the wielder hits a marked enemy, all other marks... What the fuck? You can chain damage like that? That's absurd.
I am never wrong.
That's nuts. That is nuts.
Ha! A trivial task.
Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, so that takes care of Wendog's side quest. Alright, have I done... I don't think I've done the... I don't believe I've done the, the Phantatonic Room bit for this zone. So I should probably go take care of that too since I'm here. Definitely did the one on the second level already. I had to have done the one on the first level as a result. Anyway, I can now ignore that entire section of the area. Which is pretty sick.
I'm off.
There's the 10,000 delights. The Phantatonic Room is over at Lotus's location. No, it's over here. I think it's actually on top of Lotus's manor, right? Probably should have left someone there to keep him from moving. Yeah, that's not a problem. I think there's actually a portal that goes up, right? Yeah, there it is.
I'll bathe in your blood.
Ah, oh, come on. I gotta deal with this nonsense. There's Vivakia. True Rune acquired. Excellent. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's over by Shamira. That's where the final one is. It's been a second, though, and I don't really remember because it was really out of the way.
Follow if you dare.
Okay, Alright, conversation with Wendog, our mating friends. Yeah, let's go talk to some people, because I gotta talk to Greybor as well. And then I gotta grab Arushale, Greybor, Woljif. There's Arushale, already talked to her. There's Wendog. Wendog seems to be deep in thought, but as you approach, she looks up and fixes a friendly smile on her face. Master, I was about to go hunting and rustle up some kind of suffer. Want to keep me company? You see the apprehension behind her sweet smile. Her bristling fur and tail whipping back and forth in dead giveaways. Alright. Lovely. I'll show you why I was considered the best huntress in the tribe. Wendog looks around with caution, then nods satisfied. This is a good place. Quiet. No one will interrupt us. She turns her somber face to you, and you can see the uncertainty in her eyes. There's no game to hunt around here. Why'd you call me here? Without a trace of shame, Wendog takes off her clothes, and you see a bad wound on her side. This is a little something Savamelik's warriors gave me. Seems there was some kind of poison on their claws. The wound needs to be cleaned, but I can't even touch it. As soon as I do, I start howling with pain. I need your help. Damn, this is so humiliating. I feel so helpless. Hissing in irritation, Wendog clenches her fists. The cut looks outright horrifying. The skin around it has a yellow tinge, and the fluid weeping carried the sweet stench of rot. I didn't even see you get wounded. I didn't notice either. It was just a scratch. It didn't even hurt, so I didn't pay any attention to it. And then overnight it started swelling, and I developed a fever. The infection is spreading, and none of the potions I've used make a difference. Why didn't you say anything back at the camp? I didn't want others to see me howling in pain when it's being treated. It would be humiliating. Wendog's tail lashes her knees nervously, and she stares at you intensely. How bad is it? Frowning, the fighter clenches her teeth and jerks her chin up defiantly. Could be worse. Can we heal you with magic? No magic. Nothing to numb me. That's for weaklings. I'm used to enduring pain and hardening my body through suffering. I want to feel everything. A relentless, fanatical fire dances in the hunter's eyes, self-destructive and frightening. Let's do this. Wendog hands you a small, sharp knife and a sponge soaked with an acrid healing potion. When you touch her, she flinches, but she immediately relaxes and says in a velvety growl, "Your hands are much gentler than mine. It almost doesn't hurt. Keep going." You're gonna be right. You're strong. I know I'm strong. But what good is that if... Wendog stops herself and looks away hastily. The blade of the knife draws crimson lines on Wendog's skin. She presses her whole body against you, throws her head back, and growls hoarsely. Her hand grips your shoulder firmly and painfully, like the jaws of a bear trap. It's amazing how much strength lies within those deceptively slender fingers. We won't let Savamelik conquer your tribe. Conquer? Why would he need to conquer us if we're its creations? Wendog's voice breaks, and you hear the confusion and pain in it. The thick venom comes out of the wound slowly. Your every touch makes Wendog flinch convulsively. Gritting her teeth, she lets out a long groan and draws her clawed fingers along your forearms. Your skin is instantly covered with bleeding stripes, but the huntress continues to torment you with her razor-sharp claws, her eyes screwed shut. Tell me a story. How'd you learn how to hunt? Screw the damn story. Screw this cursed hunting. It hurts. Are you trying to kill me or what? Your hands carefully place the potion-soaked sponge over the wound. With a howl like a wounded animal, Wendog bolts upright and hits you in the face. Not a slap, but a full-on punch. At the very last moment, you manage to dodge her blow. Wendog's fist passes within a hair's breadth of your face. Nice. Oh, there was no danger there at all. Leaping back, Wendrog drops into a threatening fighting stance and hisses something inarticulate through her teeth. Her fierce expression and deadly grace are almost hypnotic to watch. She's like a magnificent blade, unsheathed, its edge glinting at you. Dodge the next blow. Windwalk strikes like a viper, but you manage to dive under her chin and sidestep her. The huntress turns, clawing the air and aiming for your eyes, but you manage to dodge again. With every new attack, the rage in her eyes gives way to excitement. She is pursuing you, but you remain out of reach. At last, she stumbles and stops her fruitless attempts. Pressing a hand against her heaving chest, Windwalk sends you one last look of predatory lust and bursts into laughter, accepting her defeat. The predator has been bested by its prey. Carefully touching your face with her fingers, Windwalk sighs. The fire in her eyes subsides. Thank you. That's exactly what I needed. It's happy to help. Well, good. Don't be upset with me. It's not like I was really trying to hurt you. She grins. Only a little. Friendly bra is the best way to relieve tension. Windwalk's shoulders sag, and her eyes look tired. Our last few exploits are weighing on me. Talk to me, would you? I don't want to carry it all inside anymore. Her voice cracks painfully. Windwalk bites her lip so hard that it starts to bleed, and her eyes are full of torment. I still can't wrap my head around what Sav Malik said. So everything I used to believe in is a lie? I stupidly thought that my ancestors were heroes, and the most resilient mortals of this world. I was proud to have their blood in my veins. All my hopes were built on that. Now it turns out that I'm just something created by demons, their puppet. The last in the long line of losers and traitors. Now every time that pointy-tailed freak raises his brow, my brain starts melting. So is that my fate now? To be their damn slave? I'm livestock now, don't you see? They created me and raised me like cattle. From now on, for you, I'll be nothing but a rabid beast you managed to put a leash on. I still trust you. She darts a distrustful glance at you and scoffs. You're a fool to still trust me. Have you forgotten how we met? I'm a traitor and a wretch, remember? But if you really mean what you said, thank you, I appreciate it. Casting her eyes down, Windwalk pensively examines the tips of her own boots, and a sudden pang of bitterness appears in her voice. Of all the creatures in the world, you managed to get tangled up with a savage, an underground freak. I've heard what they call me. I've heard them whispering that if you weren't sleeping with me, you had gotten rid of me long ago. They're laughing, too. The commander would have anyone he wants warm his bed, but he chose a half-beast. Where that to Uplanders, I look like a disgusting freak. Windwalk appears alarmed by her own frankness. She eyes you with suspicion, searching your face for the tiniest sign of mockery and contempt. I'm gonna be real, like, ignoring the glow-up that she got compared to the original AP, there's tons of people who'd be into this, like, primarily. I didn't choose you for your looks. Windwalk smiles sarcastically. You certainly know how to compliment the girl. Hello, Mugos Cow. How are you doing? Windwalk falls silent for a while. Finally, after some hesitation, she shakes her head resolutely and blurts out, "You know what the worst part is? I feel terrified. Terrified that he'll come and take my tribe. He'll come and take me. I won't even be able to resist, because who am I to resist him? That means my fate is no longer in my own hands. What happens to me next depends on you and you alone. So I have to trust you. I don't know how to trust. I've always been alone, all by myself. The only person I trusted was my father, but he... Angry tears roll down Windwalk's cheeks. He didn't even recognize me." With a sob, Windwalk burrows her head into your chest. No longer the tough huntress, but a lonely little girl who's lost in the dark, dank caves. Now I'm all wet. What a pathetic sight. So what should I do now? Tell me. With a sob, Windwalk hastily wipes her tears. She looks at you with suspicion and jealousy. The same look you saw that time at Valexia's. Must look like a snotty mess now. How disgusting. You hear an odd note of vulnerability in Windwalk's voice. No matter how tough she usually is, right now a single harsh word could break her. I wonder if this actually means you can't do Wendwog's quest line until after Valexia. Because I think when it's Lan, you can do it like any point, as long as it's, you know, you sleep like once or twice and Lan goes, hey, I got a quest for you. But in this case, there's actually a specific note here about Valexia, which means you had to have done the interaction with her at least once. You need to learn how to open your heart to others. A fit of aggression, Windwalk snaps. That's bullshit. I'm not strong enough, you say. I still don't have a clue who you're dealing with yet, but you'll see I can't be broken, only destroyed. Her hysterical laughter rings harshly in your ears. No, you were doing much better when you were just listening instead of talking garbage. But still, thanks for letting me get it all out of my system. I needed that. Windwalk suddenly presses her whole body against you, and you feel the heat of her skin. Her velvety whisper caresses your ear. You know, I feel proud that you've chosen me to be your companion. I've never mentioned it before, but I really admire how well you're performing your duties as leader. You carry the burden of responsibility for so many lives, and still you manage to find time for everything and everyone. Even the stupid cave cat who just needed to scratch something. I know it can be difficult sometimes, but you still manage to find the right approach and the right words to reach me. It's incredible. I only hope I'll be able to learn from you and become a worthy leader. Her eyes are filled with sincere admiration, without even a hint of subservience or flattery. With soft eyes and a softer smile, Wendwog carefully runs her claws down your shoulders. Gone is the painful passion, but now there's something else in her touch, something new. Trust, acceptance, and warmth. I want you, but not like I did before. I don't want to play with power, pain, and helplessness today. Her whisper teases you, and her nimble fingers confidently remove your clothes. This time you'll be mine, and I'll be yours. For real. I can't. I think I did it. I feel like she got the wrong answers, but I still did it? Question mark? I don't know where Windwog went. Where go Windwog? Not here. Cave? I don't know where Windwog went. What? Where did Windwog go? Like, actually, where did Windwog go? What?
I'm gone.
Okay, before we talk to Graybar, I gotta deal with... Okay, wait, where's the ladder down again? It's over... Is it over here? Yeah, it's over here. What the fuck? What? Why did Windwog just disappear from my party? Oh. Okay, she shows back up. Okay, good. I just was like, that's okay. Okay, that's better. Okay, Greybor. Okay, so I guess Ursula and Voljeff. I'm just gonna go back for a second, actually. Ahem. Call this talking to when do. Just in case. Just in case. Just in case.
I'm gone.
Might be trapped.
Loot.
Might be treasure.
Fort. Belt of the Venerated Champion. +6 Constitution. And we got some loot here.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Nahindrian crystals. Wow, that's a lot of people actually failed. Okay. Thank God they fixed that.
We do it my way.
That's weird. Where's the conversation? Is that exclusively for Lich?
We are the light. They are the darkness.
I guess that was exclusively a Lich interaction. I could have sworn there was more, though. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Follow if you
Okay,
dare.
so apparently I want to take a nap. Actually, before I do that, let me just double check my spell book here. My charisma score is less than 13, so you cannot cast spells of this level. I need a headband of mental superiority or whatever. Mental flow, mental whatever it is.
Keep 'em peeled, Paladin. Round and round we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. No trick, no magic, just nimble fingers. Watch closely now. We don't want no hard feelings later. 1, 2, one more time, and hey, presto! Well, which cup is the pee under?
Seriously? Out of everybody in the party, you picked me? I learned the cups and balls trick before I could talk, you little punk. Now sit down and let Sister Seela show you how it's done.
That's some nice banter, though. There it is. I was wondering when that was going to show up.
I'm off.
Graber gives you a sly smile as he lights his pipe. The excited glint in his eyes betrays his impatience to share some news with you. Finally, he can contain himself no longer. Interesting news has reached my ears, Sam Shedlovsky.
There's been talk among the more disreputable citizens of Elutionera that someone is hiring the most vicious thugs and cutthroats to kill a certain Willotus. Familiar name, isn't it? I strongly suspect that this is the same Willotus who set me up during the assassination of Darzand. I call that a fortuitous coincidence.
How'd you get that info? Gerbus undefended.
I'm an assassin. If I didn't know how to obtain rumors, I'd be out of work. I visit a few taverns, including a place called Bad Luck. It's a real cesspool, and information flows into it from all over the city.
Yep. Who's Willotus? Who wants Willotus dead? What do you suggest? You want to kill him? How do you find him? Let's pay him a visit. That's all the same as before.
I do
So
what
now
I
Great Boar's
must.
getting added to the party. I don't know who I'm going to drop. Trevor? I guess I'll drop Trevor. Oh, is she back? Yeah, there she is. Windwalk's clothes are tattered and torn in places, but there's a fresh scratch on her cheeks and bloodstains on her hands that she seems to have tried to wash up. But her face is alight with happiness, and a wild gleam dances in her eyes. Master, I have no excuse. I went off to Elutionera on my own, and it was so much fun. I lost track of time, and when I came to my senses, I rushed back here immediately. You see the tension behind her nonchalant smirk, and you realize her disheveled appearance is but an elaborate masquerade. Where'd you go?
First, I visited the 10,000 Delights. That place is the true kingdom of pleasure. Demons who work there are willing to do anything, literally anything. Wine flows like water in the incubi. Oh. Then I got into a fight with some jumped-up tiefling. We were thrown out. We went to watch the gladiator fights. I bet I lost and I think I killed someone. At least I still have my money. And there was someone else. Next thing I knew, I was in a scummy little place called the Bad Luck. That's when I left to rush back to you. Windwalk stretches gracefully and shamelessly like a cat that has been caught stealing food. You aren't hiding anything, are you? With a coy smile, Windwalk says humbly, I may have neglected to mention a couple of cocky demons whose throats I cut, but what are you implying, Master? I hope the lights of Elutionary haven't tempted you to forsake me and swear allegiance to Nuticular. I would have to punish you for that. Really? 13k runes. How far is it from a grace? And most importantly, does it respawn? Particular Master, what are you getting these strange ideas from? I won't deny it. The thought of becoming the servant of the Lady in Shadow herself is enticing. Serving you stirs my blood much more. Wendell looks at you warily, as if she doesn't understand. Thank you, Master. You're always so understanding. All you need is a bow or crossbow? Okay. Well, I'll be streaming Elden Ring later, so let me know where that is, because I'm very interested in that one. Have you recovered from the fight with Savmelek? Yes, Master, I'm already better. When we meet again, I'll be ready and won't let me cloud my mind. I'll spill the blood of that so-called creator of mongrels so my fellow tribesmen can share on the demon's might. Wanna have some fun? Wendwag is silent for a while, and then with a guilty glance at you replies dully, another time, alright? After everything we've been through, I have a lot to think about. My head's full of bitter and difficult thoughts, and I have to deal with them. I have no right to escape from them in your arms. See what you've done to me? Before I would have just dragged you off and had my way with you, because working up a sweat in bed is the best way to knock the dark thoughts out of my head. Especially with you as my partner. Wendwag closes her eyes and bites her lip dreamily. Our last time together was unlike anything I've ever experienced. So sensual, so close, so real. Are you going to start avoiding me now? Frowning, Wendwag levels you with a serious look. I still desire you, if that's what you mean. But everything in my life has changed. I really need to think about it. Give me time. You used to behave differently when we were alone. Yes, with you I can be defenseless in a different way, without whips and a hand pulling my hair. I like these changes. Well, they scare me. I haven't felt anything like this before, but I'll try to get used to it, even though these new feelings are unnerving. That's it for now.
I'm gone.
Okay, let's get a move on. I guess I'll drop Sela, I guess, for Greybore. Right. First, Shivaro. Shivaro's down here someplace.
We do it my way.
I think she's over here? Yeah, I probably should have teleported directly to the bad luck. Okay, so I want to go out this...
Follow if you dare.
This side. I believe she is right here. Unless I'm misremembering. No, I am in fact misremembering. Was it this area then?
I do what I must.
There we go. Yeah, this is where she is. There we go. And we're gonna eat you up. Oh my god, Shivaro! Don't kill us! Ah, kill those people! I'll spare whoever kills them.
My tail is twitching. Must be a sign.
Take a look.
Jeez. There we go. And Shivaro's dead. We gotta have him learn charisma, whatever. Oh wow. Well, I mean, apparently the PvP level is something like 120, I think it was. I believe that's what I heard it was. Why isn't it? Why isn't it moving? Usually this moves.
We do it my way.
Why isn't it? Pretty sure this one goes down to the floor, doesn't it? No? Oh, there it goes. What wasn't it doing before?
Follow if you
Oh, wait, no, this is the way it came from, isn't it?
Can we retreat already?
There we go. It's kind of a pain. Anyway, the main thing I'm going with there, the main reason I brought that is because 120 or level 120 seems pretty high.
That was easy.
Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm crazy, but it seems high. All right. Let's take the city transport up. I always buy that extra Demon Slayer soup. I don't need it. Oh yeah, what did you do? Also, hi Nito, how are you doing today? Of course, of course. Right, I need to stop at the 10,000 delights. That's why I'm here. Of course, right. Are you just letting your mimic do all the work?
We do it my way.
Of course, yeah. You know, normal. Of course, of course.
If you dare.
Shvar's dead. Got Headband the Wise Negotiator. Okay, let's see. Talk to more of it. How dare you! Ah! Alright, so then I just go across there and I think up the side. I mean, lots of people are talking about it. I am planning tonight to try a respec. So I'll try out the thing. Oh, Xerix.
I don't understand who we're working for, but we definitely need to kill someone. From the way this conversation is going, we maybe need to kill both of them.
Why is Morbid still alive?
Please remind me whose brilliant idea this was to save this damsel in distress. You like playing games just like them, though, don't you? You mean sending assassins after my levels for fun? Oh, of course I do that every other day.
Darren says, rolling his eyes.
I don't know if my advice will be of any use, Ember, but generally it is better to do pleasant things for those you like and do unpleasant things to those who anger you. Mixing the two is a recipe for disaster.
What a profound thought, Count. Camellia derisively cocks an eyebrow.
You deliberately hurt the people you like all the time, Darren. Why do you do it if you know it's bad?
Okay, yeah. So, just to touch on it lightly, what I'm probably going to do, I think I have enough levels, because I'm level 80, I'm almost level 90. So what I'm going to probably do is respec just for funsies, put 50 levels into Int to get up to 60, so I can use Lusat's staff and the, yeah, right, I could also... No, because I need to put it up to 60 to use Lusat's staff and Azura's Comet. Wear the stuff. Pretty much all the rest of the points into Mind, just so I can, like, cast a little bit. And then any of the extra is going to go into HP. 80 into Dex, Jesus. But that's my current plan, because I'm going to do that, then I'm going to just walk into the fire giant thing, summon my mimic, and see what happens when I cast at him. Because I really... I could probably do that fight legit, but I really want to see what happens if I just walk in there and Azura's Comet him. And he seems like the perfect target because he has a massive health pool. He's like 10,000 health or something. It's a lot of health. He has no defense, but he has a lot of health. So that's my plan for later. And of course, my Mimic will come out, hopefully. And since it has infinite mana, I'll just see what happens when I use it to cast. Yes, the Mimic does have infinite FP. So, I just want to see what's going to happen. I'm looking forward to it. How many people like me have you tricked? Okay. You know, you two really know how to have a good time. Which ones are you going to pay me? I got an Eternal Ballad and gold coins. Okay, Eternal Ballad is +4 Mythical Changer, prevents bardic performance or Scald's rating song class abilities from being interrupted when the wearer is stunned or knocked prone. Right, I remember seeing this one.
A trivial task.
So that's going to be tonight. Anyway, that's my plan for later. I'm just going to have some fun with that. Yeah, they generally are. Like the Black Knife Assassin leader one, that one is a rough fight.
A trivial task.
Okay, I am here. I need to go to... Okay, where do I have to go to? I need to go, I think, over here-ish. And one of these places around here... Ah, loot. I haven't been in here before. Curious.
We do it my way.
Ah, there it is. Domacio's Enchanted Mansion. Yeah, might as well grab that loot. The excels. Yep, handsome young man. A snow white toga reclines in a plush armchair. My name's Sanjelovsky. Please eat. We've got a dragon. Thank you. It's been a while, Damacho. What happened to your hands? Don't you remember what your hands did your best? I don't. I never had a taste for mortal flesh. With a crooked smile, Wendwag casts a sidelong glance at Arushale. Is this true? I could swear I've always felt some kind of kinship with you, sister. You managed to change yourself, Arushale. That's the main thing. Sila looks askance at Damalcio. And he betrayed himself. On a diet, afraid of getting fat. Clever girl. You wanted to convince him around. Isn't it about time you spoke up, Arushale? I've embarked on the path of ascension. I'm going there, to Elysium. I'd like you to come with me. My butterfly, what is this nonsense? You've barely touched your cup, and yet you sound drunk. I simply want to ask for your forgiveness. I did this to you. I turned you to this. It's my fault. Fault? What else is there to want? This isn't happiness. I feel sorry for you. Let's see. Instead of replying, Arushale begins to hum some strange melody. Enough, stop that. You'll make my head hurt. Ah, yes, right. This is the part where the succubi walk in wearing Arushale's dress. Do you recognize those dresses? We wore the same one on that night you dumped me for the first time. First time? I fought like a simpleton, but it doesn't matter anymore. I'm always merry now. Every time I bend one of them over, I picture your face that day. Hey, which one of you is out of tune? Hey, you, what am I paying you for? To ruin my strings? Give yourself 20 lashes. Ursula, you have no idea how much I want to behead him right now. I understand, but this is my fault. I made him like this. Try to apologize, but you clearly don't need my apologies. Oh yeah, sure. Is it the one... Okay, is it the one in the underground area, actually? A better question. Is it the place I don't have access to yet? Because in that case, hold off on that until I actually get to that point. House approach Ledge Road. Shoot the bird with a crossbow. I don't have access to the eastern half of Nokron. Okay, which palace? Stormvale or Lindell? Okay, well it's the eastern one that's underneath the forest that you go into after the meteor crash. I don't have access to the eastern half of that zone. Either it's a thing you get from an NPC? Okay, well, bring this up when I'm streaming Elden Ring so I can actually, like, do it then. Yeah, bring that up later. I'll deal with that during Elden Ring. Because I don't know which ones those are at all. Goodbye, Damachi. I'm leaving, and this time for good. Sit down, you whore! You're not leaving this place again. You're mine by right. It's enough. I don't want to kill you. There's no need to fight. Let's go our separate ways. I want to gouge out your eyes and fuck your eye holes. With every new word spoken by the fallen Zada, Camelia's eyes sparkle more and more. Then she licks her lips nervously. Yeah, I remember. Okay, so it's also the underground zone? Isn't anyone going to help us? Hey, Drake, you've rested long enough. Let's turn the tables on this banquet. Excuse me? The roasted Drake spits out the apple, straightens its body, and stares at Dalmalcio with its gem-encrusted eyes. Okay.
Enemies.
Excuse me? I just saw a thing that said tasty aroma. Fried Rift Drake. Okay, well I can't examine that one. Poor thing. I wish we could heal you, but you won't let us, will you? You would rather throw yourself in our blades and let us heal you. Poor, poor thing. Damacio falls to his knees and reaches for Arushale, who recoils in disgust. If you want to be with her, you come back to the path of good. I don't take orders from you, mortal. Follow me on the path of doesn't, or get out of my way. And away he goes. Oh, you guys are staying on the fire. You okay?
We'll make things right.
Follow if you dare.
A lot of succubi guards all over the place. Oh, yeah, the fried rift drake is over there still. Hi, buddy.
I'm off.
You can handle them, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot to loot DiMaccio. Kill these fat Play-Doh ET looking things. Okay, I think that's the thing I saw a clip of at one point, where some guy used a weapon skill and got like 30,000 runes in 10 seconds. But again, I haven't gotten there yet. Like, I literally have not gotten to that zone.
I do what I must.
I think those were Albinorics. Okay, what's left in this zone? It's... God, what is it? It's... Lotus. Oh yeah, what's that?
Follow if you dare.
Do they? I never looked at my character's eyes that closely. I mean, I've seen it on occasion, but like generally speaking, they're same eyes they started with. Alright, succeeded a lore check. We got decided to leave the mansion. Mirror symbol. Ooh, I got stuff. So you got the mirror, crooked knife, tooth-filled maw. Fight the monster. Gold chain with diamonds. Pair of scales. Attack the monster. Potion disrupting weapon. Full moon. Destroy the swarm. Vivisector's notes. Really? I wonder if they're weird. Boiling cauldron. Find a poisonous concoction. Blazing fire. A rod. Oh, we're out of the place. Good. There's an option to switch it. Oh, okay. They're crudely and clumsy constructed. You lack creative vision and artistic talent. You may have labored over them, but they look like the work of an amateur, not a true master. How dare you, I'll chop you to pieces! I'd be interested in seeing how truly talented vivisections could alter my form. My body is quite valuable. I'm not going to let such high-quality material go to waste in your hands. Who do you think wants you dead? Why'd you put a hit on Darazand? What do you think, Greybor? Your works reek of deceit.
This will be quick.
Oh. Is it like in the cosmetics options, or is it just there? Who are you? Horzala. Do you know what happened here? Paying a visit to the Assassin's Guild soon. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, who's left? Okay, storyteller. Oh, that's convenient. I'm right here. Okay, Ruchelet. Got the abandoned mansion. Gotta take Woldriff there too. Alright, so let's go deal with the storyteller real quick.
I'm off.
Ha! Oh, I see. So you actually have to turn it on. Oh, I see. So the eye overrides normal eye settings unless you turn off the eye alteration effect. Neat. I wonder if that signifies anything, or if it's just like, it's just there.
I do what I must.
Why do I hear fire? Did they change the textures? Alright, it wasn't this one, it was this one.
I'm gone.
I'm actually kind of missing the warp points that I had in Elden Ring. Oh, there he is. Did she say anything else? Thank you, Storyteller. What do you see in the crystal? Who are you? Who are you fighting? What are you fighting for? How will your fight end? Are you the island of Olyntria? What happened next? Alright, there we go. Bulk sell. Get rid of some of this junk. Oh, this is new. +5 Thundering Burst Spear. All creatures summoned by the wielder deal in addition to 1d6 damage. Okay, that's pretty good. You could totally use that with a summoner character. I really should build a summoner character. Okay, full plate. Just want to make sure none of these are special before I sell them. Like that one. Good. Chainmail Spiteful Barbs. +5 chainmail grants wearer +5 confidence bonus on persuasion skill checks made to intimidate. The wearer suffers 10 more HP damage from a single range attack again, plus more bonus to AC for 1 round. Cool. Bonus against dragons. Scroll kits. Up to level 8. Right, right. Timely assistance. Extended spell if the person... Oh my god, it also grants +4 wisdom? Yeah, I'm just going to buy all those. +2 dodge bonus to AC. +2 confidence bonus on attacks against evil enemies. That seems fine. Alright. Okay, that takes care of that bit of business. Next up is... down to Woljif. I believe that'll be everything I have to take care of in the city. No, wait. Yes, that's everything in the upper city apart from Naticula herself. Which is easy enough to do once I've dealt with Shamira and everything else down in the middle city. So middle city, I've got to do Shamira. I've got to do... whatever his name was. The... ah, crap. The other island's over that way, isn't it? Gotta do Shamira. I gotta do the Phantatonic Room stuff. I've got to do... the... God, what was it? Wait, where's the manor? It's this one, isn't it? Yeah, it's here. Phantatonic Rune stuff, and I also need to talk to... Latverk. And I'll have to go to the Assassin's Guild, too.
Follow if you dare.
Hello. Are you so that you can destroy Woljif? Baphomet. Histobra held Baphomet kids. Woljif descended of Baphomet? He's got a lot of kids. My, turns you are of noble blood. Darren sweeps into a low, mocking bow before Woljif. I beg your pardon, my dear sir. But would you be so kind as to remind me how I should address a noble personage on the abyss? Your unholiness, perhaps? Or your deplorable disgrace? Hold on. So does this mean when you were telling us... So does this mean that when you were telling me all those tall tales about actually being a prince of a faraway land, you were actually telling the truth? Looks like. Go figure. Wolger shakes his head in disbelief. I mean, I thought I was lying, but it turns out I tripped over the truth without even knowing it. You sure did. Sela grins. I seem to recall you wrangling 10 coins out of me, promising to repay me with heaps of gold once you found your family and got your inheritance. Well, it's time to pay up. I think as my family's still alive and kicking, see? Why don't we revisit this topic once we're not under threat of a slow and painful death? What is the moon?
Ask the tiefling.
Oh, nobody told me.
Stop it, tiefling.
How did you know that Wiljif is coming here?
Of course she's going to.
Shadow brought me here. Would you just take the move and leave me alone?
Take them in the abyss, but I'm in no hurry.
Enough talk. Have at you. Yarg! Revenge on Hepzamra!
Woljif, my hair.
Grandpa! I mean, Your Honor, I don't know what to tell you. Pleasure to make the acquaintance of a demon who outwitted Hepzamra's henchmen.
Seem to assume those who do not know.
It's great and all, but I'm not quite following you. Revenge? A new Yegofus? I mean, I want your power, but what's with that? Yeah, what do you want?
I want my grandson to accept my power and become a continuation of me. Tell me, Woljif, do you want to ascend to the top of the world and rule it?
Worthy? I don't know. Do anything. Listen, Grandpa, I understand that you've been holed up in that crystal for a long time. I'll just steal here a little there. Trade a little. We've never done anything special, you know?
No, I'm not mistaken.
How'd you survive?
I turned into a rock.
How did Vildio dislike you so much?
He wanted to curry favor with his mistress.
What do you want in return?
Very small one. My spirit will enter your body, Wolchif. I will hide within you, just as it hid within the crystal, invisible to you and invisible to others.
Want to take over my body?
Life has taught you to be too cautious. I don't want to take your body. I just want to help you. Your success will be my success. I will only give you advice.
Say,
The moon of the abyss. Observe, Commander.
get back here, you little weasel. We're gonna kick you. Yeah. You're not a child. You don't need the powers of demon. You have my own powers, and you have my help. Let's like the four of them. Me and you fought against demons. What can a bunch of bandits do?
A test of my abilities.
Oh, I'm a ghost fighting these. I'm gonna punch. Oh my god. This seems excessive. I'm punching children. We're beating up a bunch of kids. This seems excessive. That seems incredibly excessive. Like hyper excessive. I didn't betray you. I only took what belongs to me, Chief. Right, Chief? Your father been tricked badly. You can't make him try to love you. Tell him... Try and tell him how much the Moon of the Abyss means to you. Wilcher nods and takes a step toward Charisma. Her tail twitches. If I could tell you I took the Moon of the Abyss and stayed here with you, I would. But no, I can't. The laws of the family don't work that way. I'm sorry it ended this way, sister. I had fun with you a lot. The best gang I've ever had. You were. It doesn't matter if you love me or not. We knew it. Always been a nasty street rat. You always will be. What rubbish are you talking, Woljif? What a traitor.
Now look, Commander.
No, don't kill me. Have mercy. Ah!
See what my power bestows. Imprisoned in the crystal, I felt how he called to me. How my magic was changing. I can defeat Hepzamra, even Baphomet himself. With my power, you can easily crush your enemies, and any crusade will seem like a leisurely stroll.
Is this what it looks like if I become your gift, Grandpa? I do look pretty good. So, do we need to decide right now? Alright, Chief. One last time. What do you reckon? I need you and the old loyal friends I can fight alongside, not deal with demons. Bull just smiles. What's that, Chief? You can't do without my high-quality goods from the best warehouses of the family, huh? You know, life's not bad with you, Chief. Although I've already developed a tick in my tail after all the adventures we've been through. And all in all, well, what's left to think about? Hey, Gramps, I've decided. Wolja tosses the Moon of the Abyss in his hand. This thing's beautiful and expensive, of course, and I'll miss it. I don't need any suspicious crystals, you know. I'll get rich after this trip and buy myself some ordinary ones. Any hint of subtle persuasion instantly disappears from Inkfelis's voice.
Weak. Coward! You give up power, and for what? For human sentimentality? For friendship? You never before believed in all those sweet words, have allowed them to poison your mind.
Hey, no, Gramps. I've been watching the Chief for a long time. After all the stuff he's done and said, he's never lied to me. Not ever. He was on my side when nobody else was. And you? You sat in a medallion and waited for your prophecy to be fulfilled so you could put me on and wear me around like a little meat vest? Think on it good and hard, Grandpa. The two of you, who do you think I'd trust?
Stupid little rat, I thought better of you. Apparently your horns have finally grown through your brain. I'll have to beat all that nonsense out of you. You will only serve me.
I'm sure they mean us no harm, right?
Didn't know I had an enemy.
Oh, you only actually need to kill the real one.
Well, that's that, I guess. And I was just getting used to having a grandpa. He's not the type who will teach you how to fish and fill a pipe, you know, but he's all right. Probably even decent for a demon. Not surprising that Gran remembered him well. But who gives a damn about Grandma? Chief, I mean... Thanks. I don't know why you've treated me so... nothing, you know? Well, look at me and... and you... But it turned out that we're, well... friends? Actually, friends. And you've been there for me. Why are you looking at me? I'm not crying. My voice is like this because my throat's dry. It's dusty in here. That's why my throat's itchy, and my eyes are watering, and my nose is running.
Oh, Wolchif. What are you going to do now?
Now? Are you the chief or what? You tell me. You know, I've got a good feeling about our campaign. So far, we've dealt with everything that's been thrown at us together. I'm starting to think the wrong gang was called the Family, you know? I'm with you to the end, Chief. And after the campaign, well, you'll have to live long enough to find out. Let's defeat all the demons and then we'll see.
What'll happen to the moon?
Huh? That's that. But I'll keep the setting. Nice work. Delicate, and another stone will look better in it. I'll keep it so I don't forget the choice I made, and why. I'll just get it out, look at it, and remember. Ooh, and then if I live long enough to open my own shop, just a thought, you know, I'll put it in a glass case where everyone can see it and drive themselves sick with jealousy.
Better get out of here for now.
Well, go along to the old family nest. It's a pity I can't bring this back to Galarian. Well, no, but there is something we can do. Hey, Chief, let's clean this place out from top to bottom so not even a speck of gold is left behind.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
I do actually really like how Wolchif, like both turns are completely in. Oh my god, there's a secret door here I never saw. Both turns are completely 100% in character for Wolchif. Oh my god, there's secret doors all over the place. You can't find these unless you choose this option. Oh my god, are you...
I sense something.
I do what I must.
Slay Living? It's a pretty good one to pick up.
That was easy. I'm gone.
Oh, there's a room.
A trivial task.
Acid Pit, Displacement, Crushing Despair. Okay, nothing too crazy.
We
Yeah,
do it my way.
both sides of this outcome are completely in character for Wolchif. It's really well done. Like, he, on the one hand, decides, like, this is where I belong. I finally made it. I always said I was going to take what was mine. I'm finally going to get a chance to do that. That's if you take the demon option. And then the other one is, you know what? I've always been choosing my own path. I'm not going to take the easy power someone's given to me. I'm going to choose the one I want, which is Chief and Friends.
Follow if you dare.
And that is another room over there. It's really nice. It works both ways. The only one that's like a little iffy, I guess. Let me see something with Wolchif. Yeah, still chaotic neutral. The only one who's like a little iffy thus far that I've in the storylines I've sort of mucked around with. Oh. Okay, I guess you can't. It's demon only. You're not able to go up there if you're not a demon. Like, Greybore is the only one that's like, okay, I don't... His arc is a little weird. Because he's literally lived the entire lifetime as mercenary for hire, lawful neutral. He has his code.
I do
He does
what I
his work.
must.
But then if you talk to him and make friends with him and then get on his good side, you can convince him to not be a killer for hire anymore, and instead he just goes around killing people randomly? Like, I don't... It's a weird turn, and it doesn't quite work. And of course, I imagine that Arushale probably has the options of good Arushale, which is normal, or repentance doesn't come for her Arushale, or revert back to demon Arushale. Probably shouldn't do this, actually. I'm gonna go back to the Nexus, because I gotta talk to some people. But, yeah, I really appreciate the character writing that goes into this game. It's very well done. And I still haven't found the dude with the sock puppet. I still don't know who that is. I do not know what his deal is. I do not know where he is. Okay, so... it's very confusing. I don't know where he is. Okay, Greybor, how you doing? Oljif? Talk about Yegelfiz's mansion. You know, I turned out an amazing magical power because of you? Kidding, I rejected it on my own free will. You know, Chief, never been anyone like you. I should be laughing at myself and you and the way we work everything out, but I don't want to. What'd I do in the Abyss? I'd keep hanging around with scumbags and traitors thinking I'm one of them. With you, I've been places, seen things, good and bad things I never even thought about before. Woljif pauses to think. Sister Charisma and the others used to tell me to grow up and act like an adult. Maybe this is it? I seem to have made a choice, the most important one in my life. I don't know who I am yet. I'm definitely not a street rat or an urchin anymore. Just don't call me a crusader. I never respected them, and I still don't. You're the exception.
We do it my way.
Okay, Arushale, I think is actually... Right, Arushale hangs out over by the, over by the hand, doesn't she?
Follow if you dare.
There's Zorgs. Talk to Camellia. I don't think I've talked to her yet. Want to talk more about what happened in the brothel? Are you talking about the homunculus of Herax, whom I was about to sacrifice to Maria, turning into my father? Camellia looks around, haunted. I'm still trying to understand what this all means. I'm asking myself if I really want to sacrifice my father. Does Maria really need his blood? I do not know the answer. I'm not even sure I want to know it. I can't stop asking myself this question. So no, I don't want to discuss what happened at the brothel, at least for now. But thank you for asking me how I feel. I appreciate it. I do. Socio's holding a brush and laboring over a painting. He's clearly dissatisfied with the results so far. He tuts and tears the paper into pieces. You notice a wounded knight with a gaunt face, wearing dirty, crumpled armor. Holding a broken sword in one hand, he leans on a punctured shield with the other one. How's Trevor doing? I don't know if he's going to be the same. It seems unlikely. Sometimes he screams in his sleep. Sometimes he sits for a long time, staring straight ahead at nothing. I pray to the goddess, asking her to ease his suffering. Still, it's him, my brother, alive, albeit wounded in body and soul. Thanks for talking to me. How you doing, big man? The freed slave tenses at your approach, his fists clenching instinctively, but then he recognizes you and relaxes slightly, giving you a nod. Commander, sorry, I still can't get used to being free. I expect enemies around every corner, and I jump at every shadow. How are you? It takes some time for Trevor to find an answer. He breathes slowly and methodically. It's getting easier. I'm getting used to having people around me again. He takes a look around and adds hesitantly, I'm not used to the quiet. How much do you remember about your life before the abyss? Trevor looks through you and speaks in an unusually small voice.
It's like a vague dream. Grapes, sun, the smell of sawdust and church.
He lifts his disfigured hands and looks at them as if they belong to someone else.
I was a knight. Who am I now?
Why'd they call you the Dire One? The very sound of this name makes the former gladiator flinch as if from a blow. He shakes his head emphatically.
No, enough. Forget that mindless dog's name forever. My name is Trevor Vanek.
What can you tell me about Socio? Trevor shakes his head.
I failed my brother. I left him for the stupid war. I betrayed everything we believed in and sunk to the very bottom of the abyss. But he never lost faith in me. I don't know how, but he managed to pull me out of there.
Do you remember Marenta? She died fighting the demons.
Marenta.
Trevor casts his gaze down.
My little devil. Let's not speak of her anymore.
I'm waging a war against the demons. What, you help me win?
Of course, what else is there for me?
You're free. What do you want to do now?
I want to go home.
Should I send you home?
I won't go anywhere alone. If you release Socio from service, I'll go home with him. If not, then we'll fight until we win this war. Home will have to wait.
I have to go. That's cool. Darren? Darren looks rather distracted. He's staring into space as though he's listening to something deep inside himself. Finally, he notices you and his lips quirk into a nervous smile.
So many people have cursed me and told me I'd end up in the abyss when I die. I suppose I've rather deftly subverted those expectations by getting here when I'm still alive.
You don't like it here, do you?
Can't you see that I'm afraid? I'm more afraid than I've ever been in my entire life.
Darren asks in a grim voice.
And believe me, I'm no stranger to paralyzing fear. We're in the most atrocious and macabre place imaginable. Moreover, we're practically surrounded by demons, cursing them all. Vile, rotting creatures who can experience something approaching joy only when torturing mortals. You can't even imagine how glad I am to find myself in their domain.
If anyone can get themselves out of this mess, it's us.
Oh, you really seem to believe that? How astonishing. Or at least I'm following a fearless leader who seems immune to pangs of melancholy. Traversing the abyss with a miserable commander would have been utterly unbearable.
Okay, Ember.
Take care of it.
Sela. I'll learn the way to my sword. I'll faith in an inheritor. The first into battle, the last to leave it. With her eyes half closed, Sela whispers the words of the oath of Iomedes' paladins. Trailing off, she opens her eyes and sighs. How did we end up here? I would never would have imagined I'd find myself in the abyss. We have overcome. We'll get through this. That's right. Thank you, Sam Janlovsky. I've always had faith in us. And I will keep having faith. But sometimes a girl needs a few words of encouragement. Okay, that's everybody for now. So, back outside. I'm gonna go talk to the hand real quick. I'll go see what Regel's up to, actually. I haven't talked to him in a minute.
My greetings, Commander.
There's Nenyo. Oh god, what's the experiment about? You see, I've decided, though dared would be the better term, to address an issue which up to now I preferred to avoid due to my total ignorance in this sphere. Nenyo lowers her head in embarrassment. I realize that it's hard to believe that I, a person of, let's skip the false modesty, superior intellect, could not know something so simple. But it's never too late to fill in the gaps in one's knowledge, right? Talking about friendship. To be honest, at first I planned to assign the writing of this article for the encyclopedia to a co-author of some kind. But then I met you, my loyal follower, and suddenly I thought I could write it myself. Nenyo seems to have reached the limit of her courage, and she looks away. So you never had any friends? I see no sense in them. Wait, are you trying to say we're friends? You misunderstand me. I don't need friends. I have no desire to spend my time on them when I could spend it on new experiments and discoveries. Nenyo explains this to you as though she's speaking to a 5-year-old. I just want to learn what it's like to have friends, for the encyclopedia. Nothing more. I realize that you would like to consider me your friend. Who wouldn't? I'm a scientific luminary, after all, so I do apologize for disappointing you. Well, let's get started. How to be a friend, a checklist. Do we have to follow this list? trying to say that I made it for nothing? I developed a perfect methodology that involves all the mechanisms of friendship between two individuals, but by all means, sure, let's just abandon the list. Friends smile at each other. You raise your eyes to Nenu, who's already fixed a malevolent grin on her face, the kind that would make you soil yourself if you saw it in the dark of night. Keeping the unnatural look on her face, Nenu hisses through her clenched teeth. Call that a smile, can't try again. Your eyes born to Nenu's, and she stares right back at you as you both grin as widely as possible. A minute passes in tense silence. Never realized that being a friend was such an exhausting task. What's next on the list? Friends gossip about their other friends. Oh, I made some preparations for that. Come on, let's get to it. Who are we gossiping about? Oh God, look at this. How about Wendwalk? Excellent choice. So what do you think of her? I love her. Oh, interesting. Incidentally, yesterday I saw her. Nino picks up a random piece of paper and reads it. Answering the call of nature around the corner. Do you have any idea who we're even talking about? Nino becomes a little embarrassed, but only a little. No, I don't make a point of remembering those I travel with. That's why I prepare these universally applicable pieces of gossip. She raises her fist with several pieces of paper clenched on it. That doesn't sound like her at all. Really? Excuse me, I'll try again. Yesterday I saw her. Nino picks up another random piece of paper and reads it. Drinking from a puddle. Right, thanks for the info. Truth be told, this whole experiment seems like sheer stupidity to me. But how can we learn what stupidity is stupid without doing stupid things? We need to finish what we started. Let's see. Drink alcohol together, and then it says no longer required. Oh, right, I should cross out this point. I wrote this and then checked the encyclopedia and recalled that I've already conducted that experiment. And judging by the same encyclopedia, and especially by an odd stain on that particular page, it would be unwise, to say the least, to try that repeat it. Friends sometimes argue. A new heap of papers appears in Nenyo's hands. You're uninterested and disinterested in this experiment, and you can't even tell the difference between those two words. You can kiss my ass. Not too creative, but it will do. Now we can definitely be considered friends. Friends sometimes copulate. Take off your underwear. Uh-huh. Well. She produces a piece of paper from her sleeve and starts frantically covering it with drawings. What are you doing? Before copulation, I must make a sketch of your genitals for the copulation article in the encyclopedia. The provided drawing will interest many students and scientists who know only of copulation through secondhand accounts. Please stand still. Nenyo is so engrossed with her task, she accidentally bites her tongue. It appears her copulation won't be happening today. Keep standing there with your underwear down. Keep waiting and hoping, though it is obvious that there will be no copulation today. Nenyo is so absorbed in her work that the world around her, including you, seems to have ceased to exist. Our friendship experiment has taken an unexpected turn. Oh yes, copulation. Rest assured, my sketch I made was most detailed, and more than one generation of students will study it. Unfortunately, I don't remember your name, or else I would definitely credit you as the model. Alas, as for the original topic of the research, which is friendship, the thoroughly awkward experiment has finally concluded. I have learned what it means to be a friend, and now I can write an article about it for the encyclopedia. Nenyo rubs her nose with a pencil. I'm happy that it's over. I'm once again convinced that friendship is the most foolish of all occupations. Friendship is more than just smiling, gossiping, bickering, and sex. Is it? We conclude all the assigned typical actions for two friends. Of course, I could have compiled an extended list, which would exclude joint food ingestion and senseless banter with the aim of showing each other in the least attractive light. But how would that change the situation? You know what I will write in the encyclopedia? Friendship is a set of primitive rituals intended to help individuals forget about their loneliness. However, I have no interest in that. I see my loneliness as a sign of my uniqueness. The one who leads the way is always alone. Now I have time to answer your questions. Come on, ask away. Oh god, that scene is always great. Hello, Rochelle. How are you doing? Having a good time? You want to talk about what happened at Demalch's Manor? Alright, let's go. Into the dream. Ursula, what's wrong? Dreams, it was all a mistake. Dreams coming from true. Food riches the demise of his enemies. Desmond asked me what I dreamed of. I tried to find an answer, but look, are my dreams any different from the dreams of demons? What's changed? Our other demons don't dream. You're not... You do good. What are you going to do now? Burn Ursula's dreams. Burn it down!
I'm gone.
Burn down Lori! Ah! Is that all of them? I think so, yeah. Your nightmare didn't burn either. You think... Why is the table important? What if this is a real dream? Is it truly the end of your dreams? Yeah, Azada is definitely going to be the Urushale romance. Alright, that takes care of that. Hand. What do you think about me? How alone am I? Can you heal me? Thank you. Okay,
Follow if you
now...
dare.
Back down to the portal. I need to take Greybor to the middle city. And then also... So probably 10,000 Delights is probably the closest point to that. Get rid of you, get rid of you, you back, you back. Yeah, 10,000 Delights, probably the closest, because I can exit, take the portal down, and that's where the Assassin's Guild is. Deal with that nonsense. And then head over to the harem to deal with Latverk, then go find the thing to put the rune in. Then go talk to Shamira, and then go talk to Naticula.
I'm off.
It's up this way. There it is. The horn thing is one of yours, isn't it? For a fleeting moment, you notice a shadow of angry displeasure cross her face. A spark of fear flashes in Yaz's eyes, like a boy who realizes he's gone too far when testing the patience of his parents. Who's the leader of the gang of the assassins? You.
I've heard about you, Yaz.
Fine, I was the one who actually graded bore assignments.
People like you are why you assassins have such a lousy reputation. No respect for agreements. Staying quiet, Commander. I have a few words to say to this fellow when the time is right.
Why didn't you send your underlings after Willotus? Says I didn't. Looks like Greybor and I reached Willotus before you guys did. Why'd you do all this? I'll take the gold, don't you worry. That's only fair. Are you truly prepared to throw in your lot with demons?
There's not much difference between them.
Ever thought about quitting the business? It's your decision to make. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now is time for... I guess I can go back, actually, talk to Greybor, and swap him out for somebody else. Oh, no, I want to take this. Take this back to the Nexus, talk to Greybor, finish this side quest, then take the teleport back to the Harem, deal with Latfurk, Phantatonic Room, Shamira, then we'll be done. Because then all that's left is Naticula, and just taking Ember to talk to Naticula. Oh, and also I need to get the book from Naticula's palace in order to give it to Sakath Banoth, who's hanging out on that one rooftop in the middle city. God, there's a lot. Can you explain what kind of mess we've involved ourselves in? Yep. Okay, so we killed Lotus for no reason?
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
How do you feel about your stuff being resist? Let's see, who cares about reputation? People are always wagging their tongues.
It's a good name, a sharp blade and sturdy boots.
What do you think about your membership? You've managed to restore your reputation and join the guild. What about our contract? Do you want to terminate it? You like working for me?
Yes, I like you, Commander. You don't keep me from doing what I do. You don't try to preach at me, and you act with precision and competence. I respect that.
Okay, Greyboar's out. Camellia back in. Harem of Ardent Dreams. Okay, and then... Okay, who has quests in this area? Ember, Socio, Greybor, Woljif, Ruchelet, the Mongrels, Camellia. Nenyo doesn't, Regil doesn't, Sela doesn't, Social... Socio. Sela doesn't. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Right, am I forgetting anybody? Yeah, Ember has a quest. Trevor is part of Social. Sela doesn't have a quest. One Dog has a quest. Camellia has a quest. Lan also has a quest, but he's not here, man. Woljif has a quest. Nino doesn't. Darren doesn't. Social does. Rachel doesn't. Ruchelet, Greybor. Okay, so we're good. We're good. Everybody who has a quest is accounted for. And I still don't know where the guy with the sock puppet is.
There's something here.
It's a man with a sock puppet, and I still don't know where he is.
Ha! A trivial task.
To the hidden abode.
We will win this war.
Oh, you're too large to mount. Okay. Intruders! Kill them all! Let's see. What can I cast here? Stormbolts. Failed? Why did it fail?
Interesting.
That's weird. It's taking a minute. There we go. Yeesh.
I'm always ready.
Hey, how do I disable this trap? Oh, it's over there.
That was easy.
I will help.
A note. Ode to Naticula.
Follow if you dare. A trivial task.
Is there really no secret door here? Feels like there is. But I can't get through there. Okay, let's do this real quick. Let's go here, go to cheats, bag of tricks, combat, teleport, preview, quality of life. Food former companions. Respec, refund scrolls, refund consumables. Where is it? Camera, alignment, cheats. There they are. Really? Nothing? Oh, you can actually control summons. Hey, that's pretty neat. Huh. Alright, well, I guess that is nothing.
I'm off.
It better be, because I have like a plus 50 to my perception, so I would need to have... That would have to be a very high DC to get in there. Alright. Grey Boar's taken care of. Willows taken care of. All this stuff. Latverk. I know everything about you and your crimes.
You made a mistake, Ladfurk. You let yourself get caught. That's why you deserve no mercy.
Camelia's tone is dry, cruel, and just a little bit sad. Such ostentatious virtue is suspicious, especially in a setting as incongruous as the Abyss. That was my first thought. Let this be a lesson to us all. Anyone can turn out to be a traitor.
Camelia's voice is smooth and pointedly cautious. Do you really think so, Regil? That anyone can betray? Even your comrades in arms?
Anyone means anyone, up to and including myself, though I believe I would hold out longer than most, even under torture and magic intended to break my will.
There's a wound festering in your soul. It hurts, but you can't share this pain with anyone or your friends would turn away. Which is why you set out to make friends with yourself. Them.
Sorry? You feel sorry for him? He's even more cracked in the head than you are. Should we stroke his hair, give him a shoulder to cry on, feed him a nice bowl of chicken soup? You think you're going to be his friend? Who knows? Maybe he has a taste for little elf girls, too. Wolj's voice is quivering with rage, but as he stares at Ember, there is terror in his eyes. Terror and utter incomprehension. The wound in his soul, as you put it, is beyond healing. This case calls for a total excision. And if you must pity someone, pity his victims.
I feel sorry for them, too. I feel sorry for everyone.
Oh, look an Asimar, celestial blood, who turned out to be a twisted monster. What an utterly unexpected phenomenon.
Darren chuckles and turns to you.
Should we kill him? This deviant makes me seem most benign in comparison. I loathe coming second to anyone.
You'll answer for your crimes. Nice entrance. You'll pay.
No, don't touch me.
May evil never go unpunished.
I'm gone.
Okay, hold on. I gotta get my horse down the stairs. It's very tricky.
Hello, Purse, protect me from the vermin. They've come to enslave you.
There's something here.
I beg you, spare me. This disgusting truth is addiction. It makes me hate myself.
Justice, you feel a strange itch buzzing in your consciousness. A magnificent new prank is about to burst forth from your dazzlingly ingenious, wondrously whimsical, and endlessly audacious imagination. Ursula gasps with bitterness and indignation. The blood of heaven runs in your veins. While others break themselves striving to be better, nobler, brighter, all those things were given to you by fate. You were born blessed. And this is how you squandered that blessing? This is worse than mere folly. This is blasphemy. How dare you? Darren, glaring at Ladfurk as if he were a particularly disgusting insect, abruptly cuts off the succubus.
Yes, he's a traitor, a blasphemer, and an irredeemable scum. Stop lecturing him and do what it is you want to do. Remember that you're a demon. Turn his final moments into rapturous agony. We can see that you're eager, so please go ahead. No one will judge you. He doesn't deserve an easy passing.
The succubus looks at Darren with dismay. No, I'm not going to do that. I hate him. I promised I would change. I don't want to be like him. Play a magnificent trick on Ladfurk, which he deserves in full measure. You torture these girls by taking advantage of their weakness. You will soon discover what it feels like to be a woman in the hands of brutes, utterly helpless and entirely at their mercy. That's probably like the least horrific thing I've done as Trickster. Let's try it. A whirlwind of colorful sparks erupts from your hands. Currents of magic swirl, coiling around Ladfurk like hungry serpents. A wave of wild joy swells in your heart, lifting your spirits like a wave sweeping you toward magnificent escapades and ingenious pranks. You'll eat the same dish that you served to your wards. Ladfurk's features soften and the contours of his body blur, becoming finer, gentler, more feminine. A few moments later, you're looking at a young Aasimar woman who bears a passing resemblance to the former villain. Mask, take this dainty little thing to the 10,000 Delights. The local patrons will appreciate her charms. Stunned, Red Mask is silent for a time. When she finally speaks, her voice trembles with glee. This is an entirely fitting punishment. I was not mistaken when I entrusted my mission to you. I will immediately deliver this creature to the 10,000 Delights and make sure it receives a proper welcome. You'll take care of these young women, and I will take my leave. This corrupt city is full of scum whose wrongdoings remain unpunished. I'll bring retribution to each and every one of them. Red Mask's laughter echoes eerily through the cellar's vaults, full of excitement and a lust for blood that can only be sated by more brutal killing. You did a noble thing when you did not abandon the weak in their hour of need. You have my deepest respect. You go to my camp. The young Asmar women exchange glances, then nod gratefully to you. Huddled together in a tight group, they set out in search of the promised shelter. They carry themselves with an air of grim determination to look after one another and find a way out of this terrible place. Okay, so, you know how I said it was less horrific than normal? I was slightly off. Because, that's not as bad as normal, but that's still pretty awful. It's not an existential nightmare, but it's pretty awful still. I thought it was going to be like, you're going to experience the same tortures that they experience and, like, turn him into a girl and, like, experience, like, literally the exact same tortures, just replayed back to him. I wasn't expecting getting turned into a woman and shoved in a brothel for the rest of his existence. That's not what I thought was going to happen. That's worse. Trickster is actually, like, pretty mean-spirited. I'm going to be real. It's... You are not a good person as a trickster. Like, you can be a good person, but Trickster default is not a good person. They're pretty awful, actually. Okay, so here's what I need to do here.
You're a good person. I like you.
I need to do this. Spell. Do you have... You don't have my blank. Okay, do you have... Don't have heroism either.
No reason to pause.
Well?
Nobody does.
I am never wrong.
Okay. +6 intelligence, but my will save is only a +11. I have a +5 cloak of resistance. I also have a physical perfection +2. Do I have physical perfection +3 or 4 rather? Strength Dex. Dex Con. Strength Con. Mass Intelligence. Oh, this is just better had been a Mass Intelligence. Why is my N 31 now? Oh, right, I'm not wearing Valexi's amulet. I can't wear Valexi's amulet because I turned her... Oh, no, it's right there. There we go. Look at that. +11 int. Um... I figure out if there's anything I can put on that'll give me a bonus to resistance. Not really. It's kind of annoying. I don't think I have anything. I got nothing. Alright, let's see how I fail this thing then. I'm gonna fail this check a lot.
I do what I must.
I have a plus 11. Trevor clenches his fists. Okay, so... Aha! Shamir eyes Trevor with interest. Aha! Isn't this the gladiator who fought his way to freedom? So this is how you look without a helmet. Quite impressive, but no longer so interesting. The secret is revealed, the intrigue is gone. It was much more satisfying to watch you from the stands while imagining what it was under the visor. Trevor clenches his fist but restrains himself and just grunts a response.
I am not an animal in this suit. Go watch someone else.
You have no idea who's in front of you. To her, all of Illusionaire is one big menagerie. A menagerie attached to a slaughterhouse, for all the pets she's grown tired of. I know you have done much to win Shamir's favor, but my heart tells me that helping her will lead to evil. Forget everything I've told you. We'll find another way to complete our mission. Screw you. You can stew in your own ignorance. A painful spasm twists through your body. Shamir's magic crashes over your will. Hey! 27 DC. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. It's not gonna work. Not gonna happen. Ember does not have Mind Blank, so I can't get the +6. Only thing I can do is I could... Or Heroism, so I can't get the extra +4s or whatever. You know what? Let's just, Hey, look, the game's glitching. It's doing a weird thing. You can't break me.
No.
Cursing, Shamir brings more force to bear against you. A vein pulses on her temple. Oh my god, I rolled a 20. Whoa. Oh, doing Volcano Manor? Nice. I have yet to actually step in there. I walked in, took the bonfire, and then left. That's something I gotta deal with at some point. Probably once I'm done dealing with the fire giant. Or maybe before. I'll have to figure it out. Keep trying, it won't work. Swearing, Shamir unleashes all of her power on you. Regret that, you little son of a bitch. You refuse to talk? So be it. I'll just rip everything you know out of your mind.
Mere flesh wound.
That's a 35. I would not be able to survive that. I would need a 24. I mean, I could do that, but it would take a lot. Like, it's not great. Shamir's last blow is not strong enough to break you. You force Illusionaire's ruler out of your mind, delivering a brutal parting blow. You've lost. Get out of my head. Shamir reclines on her throne, exhausted, and hisses through clenched teeth. Get out of my harem, now! A buzzing hum rises among the throng of spectators who witnessed your confrontation. You hear angry curses directed at you, but they ring hollow. For the first time in centuries, Shamir has received a public dressing down, and witnessing it was a true delight for the assembled demons. Hello, Min. How are you doing? And, okay, I'm not familiar with that game. Is it good? Like, how many hours can I get out of it? Like, 5, 10, maybe? Speaking of 10, let me just push that button. Let's turn that off. Doing all right. I saw you guys were all sick. Are you guys doing? Is your team doing better now?
You are most curious, mortal.
You're rather intriguing yourself.
There's a reason they call me Nocticula, the Lady in Shadow. My words and thoughts are shrouded in darkness.
Okay, well that's good to hear. Is it like passing around? Or is it like you were all sick and then you get to sort of get on the recovery? I take it I have your attention?
Yes, your arrival in Alashanira was quite impressive. Rumors have reached me even here, behind my locked gates and my wall of valiant guards. Rumors of a remarkable Galarian taking my Alashanira by storm.
Ah, okay. Well, hopefully, right, that's the end of it soon, so you'll be able to actually do. Yes. I actually don't know which one Shadows of Amn is. Allow me. Shadows of Amn. Oh, that's what Baldur's Gate 2 was called? Huh. I didn't actually know Baldur's Gate 2 had a subtitle. But yeah, it's a CRPG in the same vein as like the old Baldur's Gate games. It's really good. It runs on the Pathfinder role-playing system, so if you have any familiarity with that or with like 3rd edition D&D, yeah, I highly recommend it. Like, here's how good it is, in my opinion, right? My current play time for the game on this version of the game is 263 hours, not including the 250 hours I played of it in the beta. Now, important to note here, that's 500 combined hours over like 5 playthroughs or something? How many playthroughs have I done? Technically 5. I've gotten to the end of whatever content it was 5 times now. Because first time I did Trickster, but didn't actually beat that one. I got to like the end of chapter 3. Then I did Aeon Demon during beta. And got to the end of those, basically. And then I did Lich, Gold Dragon, and now I'm currently on Trickster. So yeah, this is playthrough 6, technically. Although the first ones are like half playthroughs. So there's a lot here, and it's wild how different some bits of it are. Like, if you want a game that you can just sink time into, this is a good one. Especially if you're looking for a good old CRPG. And it has turn-based mode if you don't want to play with real-time. I'm asking for an audience.
You have my permission to enter the palace. Go there and wait. I will arrive when the time is right. Until then, you will be taken care of by one of my servants.
Excellent. It begins. I don't think I was skipping out on the power this time around. I think I was taking power this time. Skipping power is going to be later on. I'm literally taking the skill route because I specifically want Trickster for all the skill nonsense. Alright, boys, let's go. To the House of Shadows, where the Demon Lord dwells. But yeah, if you have any interest in a CRPG, high recommend on this game. Absolutely. Like, it's very well written. It's got a lot of cool stuff. It's jank at times. It's still buggy because it's a relatively new release. But it has so much replay value. It is ridiculous. Like, there's like 9... There's... Is it 9 paths? I think, yeah, there's 9 paths in the game. 10 paths, really. Yeah, no. There's 10 paths in the game. Like, 10 mythic routes, which change the story fairly drastically. And I think each of those mythic paths also has, like, side versions that don't change a whole lot, but you can get, like, different interactions by choosing different options. So there's a ton.
Ha! A trivial task.
They also made Kingmaker, which I've heard good things about as well. I have not gone through it yet.
If you dare.
I will have to do so at some point in the future. I think this is a better game, though.
That was easy. A trivial task. I'm off.
Okay, I want to go over to this side, because that's where the other one is. Yep, good. Here we are. The other half of the Lexicon of Paradox. Alright, now the projector.
I do what I must.
Okay, now I'll be back in one moment.
I'm gone.
Counts for this in the system of knowledge of we're constructing. Okay, I think it's done. Good, it's
We
done.
do it my way.
Alright, now that I've got the lexicon, I guess I should probably head back to Sokothnoth to deal with that nonsense. Yeah, let's head on. Oop, Knowledge World. Give me that check.
A trivial task.
Now, where is Sokothnoth again? If I remember correctly, he is down in the middle city near the 10,000 Delights on top of a building that you need to climb to reach. I think that's where he is.
I'm off.
Honestly, I'm really tempted to just, like, cheat everyone in a level of Cavalier just so I can give them all a horse to ride on so they get places faster. It'd be very goofy. It'd be super goofy, but it's tempting. Okay, I want to head to... 10,000 delights. I want to head outside at this point. Doom. And am I going to do Cold Fear today? Probably not. Mostly because Cold Fear is like a whole thing, and I don't want to spend that much time on that today. Cold Fear by itself is probably like 2 hours, I think. I don't remember exactly what the timeline is, but it's a lengthy mine. I guess it's just a big area. Not to mention I gotta deal with the dragon that's down there and all that stuff. Okay, now where's Sakothmanoth again? He is over... God, where is he again? I could have sworn he was around here, right? I could have sworn he was here. Oh, right, I have to go over there. That's right. Okay, back into the house. Back in here. Back in the 10,000 delights. Back in the brothel, everybody. Take this over to the flesh markets, because that's the fastest way to get there. Okay, then we go over to this side, and we take this set of bricks in the wall up, and that is where Sakothmanoth is hiding out, I think. Oh, there he is! Jesus Christ! Okay, so... I found him 3 times now. First is entrance to Illusioneer as you're walking in, basically. Second time is at the Battle Bliss. Third time is here. A dark-haired young man stares up at the ugly lump of flesh hovering in the air. Hello there. I'm blinded by your beauty. Please descend to this humble mortal and grant me the honor of a date with you. Are you out of your mind? The young man smiles and raises a finger to his lips. Don't worry, he whispers. I know what I'm doing. The demon gives an indignant snort and begins to gurgle angrily. His tiefling slave translates. Master Sarzaxis says you have 10 seconds to get out of his sight, or he'll command his lackeys to gouge out your eyes. All right, I can take the hint. I'm leaving. The young man backs away and jots something down in his notebook. Done. Excellent source material. Now I'll go have a drink or two in the tavern and get to work. Finally! Finally! I have been waiting to find this guy for a while.
That was easy.
Granted, I never come back. Ah, there he is. Yeah, I knew he was here. Hi. I wouldn't want to part with the lexicon. Of course, nobody wants to part with the things they love. Sakothmanoth looks at you with feigned sadness. But don't worry.
You won't have to make that kind of sacrifice. After all, the council did let you keep the first half of the book. You can keep the second half too. We just need to read what it says.
I have the second half.
You're the best. Come on, let's go see what the council make of the writings.
If everyone could please be quiet. The lion-headed woman pauses solemnly, as if waiting for silence, even though the room is already quiet. This meeting of the council is now in session. Last time we made some significant progress. Thanks to the valuable contributions of our newest member, we finally started to work towards finding a solution to the world wound. There was also an interesting proposal that received unanimous support from the council. We agreed to try and use the information from the lexicon of paradox to transform the world wound from a horrible, wound on the face of Galarian into something more useful. A crossroads of worlds, a place not of incursions and battle, but of meetings and peaceful negotiations. Yes, peaceful negotiations and nothing more. That's exactly right. Unfortunately, the information contained in this document only referenced the possibility of a process that could close or expand the world wound, and not the actual means by which it could be done. However, it is my understanding that the council has acquired another part of this curious document, which could shed a little more light on the situation. Urtris looks at you expectantly. I didn't just contribute, I did all the work. And the council hasn't acquired anything. I was the one who found it. Yeah, but of course, we do not intend to belittle your accomplishments. We're all grateful for your contribution to our cause.
You know, I think we deserve that report. We should give him more than a simple thank you. A round of applause for the hero.
The council members reward you with a long, thunderous round of applause. That's it. That's all I get. Just like. Here's the second part of the council lexicon. The council members carefully examine the pages of the lexicon, exchanging hushed remarks and taking notes. Finally, they return the lexicon to you. I didn't understand any of it, but it's very interesting. There's one thing I was able to understand. A key is needed to create a rift, a creature whose mortal nature is merged with the essence of another plane. Aurilu needed the essence of the abyss to open a portal to the abyss. I suppose that opening a passage to a different plane would likewise require the essence of that plane. It also mentioned that the power of a Nahindran crystal is required. You didn't see one of those every day. A Nahindran crystal, or an essence taken from a sufficiently powerful creature from the right plane. So, if you seek to create a connection with heaven, you would need the essence of an Imperial Lord. For hell, you would need an Archdevil, or at least a Malebranche. For the first world, you would need an Eldest. It's hard to say which of these would be more difficult to obtain. So, we need a strong essence from another plane. Where can we get one? That's a difficult question. Each of us is formed of the essence of our own plane, but we cannot simply break off pieces of our souls. Cobblepoof holds up a talon claw. He snorts triumphantly, then rushes off in a flurry of feathers. It appears that our talkative friend has an idea.
Over such and bout of diarrhea.
No more jest, please. If Cobblepoof has a plan, then I suggest we leave matters to him, and reconvene the council upon his return. All those in favor? All those opposed? Pass unanimously. And who's going to become the key? Why, you, of course. Do you see any other candidates?
An unpleasant discovery, is it? Here you are enjoying your life, and then suddenly you find out that somebody used you to open the world wound without even asking your permission.
It certainly is a tragic situation, but it also gives you a certain sway over the wound. You already possess mythical powers, and I shudder to think what you will become once you are not only the key to the abyss, but to all worlds. I certainly want you to be my enemy, that's for sure. According to the lexicon, I'm slowly dying. How are we going to fix that? I believe that the abyss energy from the good line planes will offset the harm that is being done to you by the energies of the abyss.
Nonsense. The lexicon clearly states that the key will perish as a result of the wound. It never mentions planar energy, so yes, this is a problem.
We have a thought, but we'll share it later. Possibly in some of the future timelines. At worst, you'll die, but your great deed shall not be forgotten. Your sacrifice will be praised by all creation from heaven to hell. Let's try to look at both parts of the lexicon together. Urtris examines the pages. She holds them up close, then at a distance, peering at them carefully from every angle. There's something hidden within these pages. It looks like some kind of magic cipher, but I can't read it. You try. The eldest looks at the pages intently, then scoffs. It is certainly intriguing, but it would lead to a rather dull version of the future. Certainly not the worst one, but utterly boring for us. We won't read this out for you, and we would prefer if you didn't read it either. As always, however, the choice is yours. Here, let me see. Alcino looks at the pages with a frown. He puts his glasses on, then takes them off, then pulls a magnifying glass out of his pocket, but to no avail. Finally, he gives you the pages back. Yes, there are indeed some hidden notes here, but to understand their meaning will need a key to decipher them, which we clearly don't have. I see. Meeting adjourned. Hold on, I'm the chairperson of this council. You can't just... Please stay in your seats. The meeting is not... Urchis watches helplessly as the council members begin to leave, ignoring her protests. With a low growl of anger, she quickly calls out, "This meeting is adjourned! The exact time of the next meeting will be announced in due course!"
I'm gone.
Hey, Alcino. What expectations do you have for the Crossroad of Worlds? New opportunities, of course. Deals, unlike anyone's ever dreamed of, will become possible. Many will become wealthy, many will rise, and I, foreknowing all of this, will have an advantage over everyone. The devil waves his little black notebook like a handful of trump cards.
We do it my way.
What are your expectations? On neutral territory, equally remote from all the external planes, we'll finally be able to lay down our weapons, sit at the negotiating table, and hear one another out for the first time in the history of the multiverse. Just imagine angels and devils, fae and aeons, and a battle of arguments, not weapons. This is our chance to arrive at a universal common truth.
Follow if you dare.
What do you have expectations?
I haven't thought about it yet. What does it matter? I'll find something to do. Things definitely won't be boring, I can assure you.
There's Sheikah. I met a person at the wedding of Knight Ellen. She introduced us as Sheikah the Many. Surely that wasn't actually you. Of course. There's mischief in Sheikah's voice. By the way, what makes you think you are talking to the real Sheikah right now? What if we are not us? Thanks.
I'm off.
Thanks, Sheikah. Big help. Very helpful. Alright, well, there's one thing I also want to check out now. Because I do have both halves of the lexicon. I can theoretically read them. So let's see what happens if I do that. Letters written by the hand of Arilu Vorlish appear to have a life all their own. A moment's inattention and they begin to disperse, changing shape and moving toward the edge of the page, as though they were planning to leap off. The commander lays the second part of the lexicon and paradox next to the first, and the movements of the letters become more intelligible. The lines of both parts now seem drawn to each other, straining to unite and form new sentences. Sam Chudlovsky's attention focuses on a couple of words that seem to have only just swapped places. The words freeze as though they never moved at all, but out of the corner of his eye, the commander sees several words on the other side of the page begin a discrete game of leapfrog. Let's see. Brings the two halves of the lexicon together, but nothing happens. No magic sparks, no extraordinary information. The lexicon and paradox remains in two ripped halves. All that remains is that the lines of text begin to move before his eyes. The letters of the two halves are striving to merge into words, but they cannot. Try to grasp hidden meaning. As soon as the commander's thoughts turn to the lexicon's hidden meaning, the words begin to move faster before his eyes. The frenetic motion of the words brings to mind a wasp nest that has just been kicked. The words arrange themselves into sentences. The phrases begin to make sense, but it is a trap, a snare that will force the uninformed reader to set the book aside. The lexicon fights back against the commander's efforts, as if issuing a challenge. Can Sam Chudlovsky unravel the secret knowledge enciphered within it? The answer is yes. Very distinctly so. Okay, focus on the calculations to determine the most convenient location to open a new rift in Sarkoris. The commander has an in-depth knowledge of the territory of Old Sarkoris. This allows him to easily grasp the meaning of the lexicon's text. The words involved in the geographical description seem to lose interest and float away in the teeming swarm of phrases. Follow the analysis of the mythical powers which transformation bestows upon demons. The commander easily parses the calculations laid out by the architect of the world wound. The formulae in the lexicon pages dwindle and bleed away, separating from the flurry of phrases. Focus on the description of the anatomy of the mythical creatures. An uninformed reader might drown in the anatomical descriptions of the mythical creatures, but Sam Chudlowski easily isolates the relevant phrases from the hive of words. As if realizing that their efforts are now moot, the decryptor phrases decamp from the frantic flock of letters. Focus on the description of the mystical properties of Demon Lord blood. Maintaining his concentration, Sam Chudlowski's eyes skim over the descriptions of the mythical properties of the blood of Demon Lords. The now read phrases collapse into words, then into letters, so that they can leave the fussing swarm and then vanish from the lexicon's pages. All the topics familiar to the commander have now left the swarm of phrases congregating on the pages of the lexicon. The remaining words can be arranged into one whole, their meaning grasped, their secret revealed. At long last, all the phrases form an integrated text. The commander's patience and effort have overcome the lexicon's defenses. The enemy has surrendered and revealed his precious secrets to the commander. The transformation process was initially conceived by me as a power source. However, in the course of my experiments, I learned that it partially solves the problem of the slow demise of the key. The power that manifests after transformation, I'm almost certain the mortals will devise some overblown name for it, like mythic or legendary, serves as an effective shield against the poisonous influence of the wound. Problems arise when it is used. When the power is expended, for instance in combat, the shield is weakened, and the infiltrating emanations of the wound strike the key, wounding it and robbing it of its life force. The problem is immaterial in comparison to the second. The power increase after transformation is not infinite, nor is its protective effect. I managed to save off the death of the key for several decades, but even despite achieving the extreme level of power bestowed by the transformation, at some point the key's protection will weaken. The world wound will prevail and consume the soul of the key. I must admit that my research has come to a dead end. I developed the power of the transformation process to its very limit, and I've failed to find a way to completely cure the wound's effects, except for extreme measures. At this, the secret writings of Aureliu Vorlish come to an end. Whatever their significance, their contents will undoubtedly be of use to the commander in the future. As of reading the commander's thoughts, the lexicon separates into two halves once more.
And that's a level.
A trivial task.
Alright, let's get over here. Back to the upper city. Oh, that's right. He's here. Forgot. Water. Agua. Delicious H2O. There's Burgaz. Where is he? Oh, there's Owlcat. The young man sifts through the pile of papers scattered across the table in front of him. He jots down notes excitedly, pausing occasionally to take a sip of the nondescript liquid in his mug. As you approach, he looks up from his work and gives you a cheerful smile. Hello, my name is Owlcat. I'm a wandering bard, researcher, and scientist. I study both the natural and the unnatural. How can I be of assistance? You don't look like a fellow scientist. You may think you're a great researcher, but your lack of organization suggests that you're nothing more than an amateur. However, I appreciate your choice of research subjects and your method of gathering data. I never thought of inviting a demon out on a date. I'll have to try that sometime. Who are you? What do you mean who? I just told you. Perhaps I was speaking too quietly. Just a moment. He puts on a gloved puppet dragon on his hand and ventriloquizes in a deep booming voice.
Owlcat, a wandering bard. I'm famous on 3 planes and banned on 4. If you want an autograph, get in line.
Why do you have a dragon puppet? This? The young man holds up his crudely sewn glove puppet. The dragon stares at you with its button eyes. This is for my performances, and for everyday use. It's always useful to have a dragon in your pocket. What are you writing? Oh, I'm compiling my notes into a book. It will cause a sensation once it's published. I've been on so many horrible dates, but horrible dates make for great stories. The young man shakes his notebook triumphantly. I've documented them all here. I've dated all kinds of demons, from abracandaloos to dretches to glabrazoos and ballers. I'm publishing a complete guide to dating in the abyss. Just you wait, my book will be the subject of conversation on every plane. Dates with demons. Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't do this because I was desperate for dating partners. I've been conducting research for my book. Can I look through your notes? Of course. Good luck trying to read my handwriting, though. Haha. Owlcat hands you his notebook. He holds up his gloved puppet dragon and ventriloquizes in a deep voice.
Rejoice, puny mortal. You're about to read the first draft of my future interplanar bestseller.
It isn't easy to decipher the bard's handwriting, but you quickly realize that his notes are long, rambling discourses about all sorts of strange topics. From advice on how to take an abracandaloo to an art exhibition, to practical suggestions for properly rubbing a vacuous snout. He also recommends that you take brimracks to restaurants with spicy cuisine and omoxes to mud spa resorts. It is certainly an unusual collection of romantic hints and tips.
So what do you think? Brilliant, right?
The young man beams at you. There's only one problem. I'm not very good at titles. A complete guide to dating in the abyss? That sounds too boring. An excellent guide? No, that's not it either. I just can't come up with anything good. Do you have any ideas? You need the title to sound authoritative. Something like Dates with Demons, an unabridged, unbridled, and untamed guide to dating in the abyss. Oh! The young man is clearly impressed. He writes down your idea in his notebook. That's perfect! With a title like this, my book will sell like hotcakes. Thank you. But I must reward you for your help. What can I give you? Oh, I've got an idea. Owlcat rummages through the contents of his bags for a moment and then pulls out a multicolored shirt. I don't wear things like this anymore. I've recently changed my style, but it is enchanted with some helpful spells. Take it. It might be useful. And after my book is published, feel free to come back for an autograph. The bard smiles at you and returns to his work. This shirt increases your wearer's base land speed by 10 feet. In addition, whenever the wearer travels for 50 feet or more in a round, they're affected by the greater invisibility spell for 1 round? Oh! That's really strong. That's very strong. So, let me give some context to why I say that's so strong. There is a archetype for rogues in Pathfinder called the Scout Rogue. The Scout Rogue has 2 major abilities. First, it has something called Scout's Charge, where when you make a charge attack on a target, all your attacks are counted as hitting them flat-footed, so you sneak attack on any attack you do when you charge. Second, if you move 10 feet, a target is flat-footed. How do you think about me? Okay, let me actually get the exact wording out for this ability. I think actually the one where you move 10 feet only makes it so your next attack is flat-footed. Scout Rogue. There we go. Scout. Okay, so in place of Uncanny Dodge, so you don't get the ability to dodge fireballs for free anymore, Scout's Charge. Whenever a scout makes an attack, a charge, her attack deals sneak attack damage as if the target were flat-footed. Those with Uncanny Dodge are immune to this ability. Skirmisher. At 8th level, whenever a scout moves more than 10 feet in a round and makes an attack action, the attack deals sneak attack damage as if the target was flat-footed. The scout makes more than 1 attack a turn. This ability applies only to the first attack. I feel like this wording is slightly different. I feel like maybe we got eroded. Anyway, whoops. So that's the main reason I bring it up, because that's an incredibly powerful archetype. Because normally the difficulty with rogues is you run at somebody, and unless your party member is also there, you don't get sneak attack, and you still have to be on the other side of them, which means you have to do all the setup. Not to mention, if you're a ranged rogue, you can't flank. I mean, there's like some weird stuff you can do to flank, but generally speaking, if you're ranged, you only get your first hit to do sneak attack damage, and then you have to do stealth and hide. Unless you use invisibility or greater invisibility or something like that. With Scout, you can move 10 feet and shoot, and it deals sneak attack damage because the target is counted as flat-footed. A party member I had in a game I was playing in used this to great effect, where he would move 2 feet and then use the attack action to fire a double-barreled pistol, which does 2 attacks in a single action at the target. So both of those would hit for sneak attack damage. And there was a whole other bunch of things, but the basic result was he would, like, explode people in single hits with this pistol. So that's one thing, but this is just as good. Moving 50 feet is a little tricky, but if you have haste, you can totally do it, and it gets you greater invisibility for 1 round, which means that you get full attacks off with that. You can attack somebody, you charge in, right? You charge in from full range, let's say 60 feet or whatever, get an attack off, sneak attack, invisible. Next round, do your full attack. Round after that, withdraw, use acrobatics, mobility, whatever, get out of range, circle back around. Next round, charge back in for another attack. It's incredibly strong. It's maybe less strong in this instance because you don't need it anymore, but it is still an extremely powerful effect. Anyway, time to take a trip over to Naticula. Because now I've actually completed everything in this zone. Apart from that, that actually does remind me, though, I got one last thing I want to check up on. I've got to take a look at my VOD from last time. Well, not last time, actually. So let's see. I'll go to YouTube Studio. I want to go to Wrath of the Righteous. This is the playlist. And I want to find... I was in Arilu's lab. Which is probably going to be the part 7 of this playthrough. I'm going through this playthrough really quickly, by the way. This is really impressive. Desolate Hovel. Is that it? Yes, this is the one. Okay, so now I just need to find out if... when I get to the end of the Desolate Hovel, if I took the Lexicon of Paradox... I obviously took the Lexicon of Paradox. I don't remember if I took the power from it. Okay, so let's see here. Go back a little bit. There's the... Okay, so entering the room. Locked and battered by someone's attempts to open it, which is that... That's weird. Why can I not get in there? I got in there on one of the playthroughs, but I wasn't able to get in there afterwards. Okay, there's the Lexicon. Okay, okay, so what do I do? Because I don't want to take the power from Arilu. Okay, looks like I do take the power there. I don't reject it. Okay, yeah, I approach the book. Okay, so there it is. Approaching the book. Yeah, I think I was going to do Legend on a different run through. Alright. The other thing I do need to check out now, though, is... I need to go to the ending guide. Act 3. Freed. When you meet a Rilu, ask about Suture. And then find the Lexicon of Paradox, which is in Rilu's room. Good. Okay, and then Act 4. Go into the Crystal Dagger. Go into his house. Okay, I don't know if I can accept the power. I think I can accept the power, but it's unclear. Anyway, I'll make a save before I go in and talk to him. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.
I'm off.
Okay, so let's do something here first. Make a quick save. I'm gonna just level up real quick. Still one rank shy. God, what do I want to get? What did I get last time? I got skill focus, I think. Skill focus persuasion. I just want to get stealthy. Yeah, I'm gonna get stealthy. I think that's enough. All right, so
I do what I must.
oh my god!
Greetings. Greetings, Commander.
Lady Arilu, allow me to express my deepest admiration of your work, and may I just ask...
What are you doing here? And with Suture?
The suture is my servant. I did not expect him to rush into the abyss after me, but I have allowed him to remain with me while I take care of some business. However, you asked what I am doing here. I bring answers. You have walked a long path, one where shadows constantly flicker at the edge of your vision, and questions multiply like flies above carrion. It is time for answers. At least, some of them. Day 16, Aridus 4715. Experiment, transformation. Subject, let's skip that. Objective, to embed the essence of a Nahindrian crystal in the soul of the subject. Expected result, the essence will coalesce with the subject's soul, which will ready itself for total transformation, triggering the concomitant powers. The time has come to put my plan into action. You are my creation. Your power was my gift. Now you know.
Let's say I believe you. Why did you need to do this?
You are asking the right questions, but the time has not yet come.
Ah, such special memories. Remember the laboratory, do you? I told you back then. Go on, look around. See all the ones Lady Aurelia worked on. Here with us is definitely the place for you.
The Dretch grins in satisfaction. Also, this is odd because he never did this before. I've saved him before, but for some reason, he's here now. The unseen angel does not speak, but his silence seems to thunder in your ears.
Your power is of the same kind as that of Nulkineth, Jeribeth, and the other demons that you have met. The power of the Nahindrian crystal dissolved into the blood lies within your soul. I have already hinted at this to you once before, when I left the essence along with the lexicon of paradox in my old laboratory, and ordered the suture to make sure the gift found its way into your hands. But there is more. Do you remember when you were taken to Canobris with a wound that would not heal? Do you remember how Terendelev apparently healed you? That was merely an illusion. The dragon was only able to temporarily dull the pain. In fact, it was I who saved you, when I came to you in the caves and implanted a crystal within you. No, saved is not the right word. Your wound is still not healed. That is why your wound weeps blood from time to time, every drop of which burns your enemies.
As if to confirm her words. Oh god, I swallowed some over there. Blood begins to seep from the wound on your chest. Eerie flames seem to dance within the crimson drops.
This is pure essence of Nahindrian crystal. My invention is far superior to the crystals used by Xanther, which were barely refined at all. It will give you new strength, and help you to overcome the wound that still slumbers within your soul. Take it. Take it, and you will see that this is the very power that has lived in you since the Battle of Canobris.
Hey, are we doomed too? The chief shared his power with us, so does that mean we're cursed as well? How long do we have left? Say it ain't so. I'm too young to die so tragically.
You need to tell me everything first.
Very well, then. Ask your questions, and I will answer.
What's the wound? How dangerous is it?
It was my mistake. My failure. I failed to... The tale... No doubt you have felt this...
Follow me.
Like a witch in a... I am pleased to see that you still wear them. I enchanted... Aside from this, I helped you. in the Grey Garrison, and I also left you a present in my old laboratory, and told the suture to see that you received it. I knew that certainly, but do not expect me to solve all your... You always have to sacrifice something. I wanted you to go to the laboratory to see with your own eyes what I had been doing and what I am capable of, so it would be easier for you to accept the truth. The laboratory is the place where I prepared your ascent. And the suture was the only one who I could trust to execute my plan and explain everything. After all, he too once experienced rebirth at my hands. And that is why I was willing to risk his life.
Look at that! I actually provoked a reaction. That's the second time your expression has changed when I've mentioned the suture. Now I know the architect of the world wound is capable of feeling remorse, if only when she sends her Dretch minion on a deadly mission.
I see I am not the only one making observations and drawing conclusions. You are analyzing me. That is commendable.
Arilu's face remains impassive, but she is silent for so long, its blankness becomes almost uncanny. Tell me about the crystals.
Nahindrian crystals, or rather it was impossible until recently.
Use the crystals with living creatures?
Not just any creatures. Demons. And half-demons.
Valuable information. The Order will be interested to learn this.
But I'm not a demon.
I wasn't a demon either when I started. But there are always ways to circumvent, or even to override the laws of the universe. I changed myself by knitting my soul together with the essence of the Abyss. And I changed you. Do you remember the fits of rage that began shortly after Dascari's attack on Canabras? This is how the second half of your soul manifested itself. Not yet fully aware. Not yet awakened. It's a pity you did not choose to let your demonic nature take hold. The result would have been most impressive. All those arrogant crusaders, those knights with their eyes ablaze, those pious priests. They have installed at the head of their magnificent army a scion of the Abyss, the creation of the architect of the world wound, whom they so revile.
Strange to see you here. What's up with that?
Both. And neither. I have served both Dascari and Baphomet, and not merely as the lowest in the pecking order. But I do not think you'll be surprised when I tell you that to me, both of these mighty lords are merely Yes, because I taught Xanther and the other servants of Baphomet and Dascari the earliest version of this transformation. Your power is as pure as thrice distilled water. You are seeking answers, trying to understand the crux of the matter. That is good.
Hi, Cap Drago. I'm doing alright. How about yourself? It's been a while. I actually took your character out for a spin the other day, and it turns out that he was built fine after I upgraded him a little bit. Yeah, nice and tanky. Nice and tanky. Did good damage. Had an animal companion that would not stop attacking the party. Just constantly getting mind controlled, but you know, what are you gonna do? What do you want from me?
Patience. Before we continue, I want you to receive...
Okay, so I gotta take the power. Now, let's see here. Okay, more questions. Okay, free suture. Yeah, it's a little annoying. But it wasn't too big of a deal in the end. The Smilodon was on solo health all the time that basically never came up. Let's see, but you... No. He never got dominated. And it wasn't really domination, it was whatever the anomalies were doing. Like, it was like turning into an enemy or turning into an enemy or like confusion. I'm not 100% sure what was going on. There's a lot of effects going around that I don't recognize. Okay, Okay, wait. So don't choose Aeon or Lawful Angel at the end of Act 1. So I can't do this anyway because I took the Aeon option. So... Okay, so in that case, I did this. Okay, so I think I'm good. I've got the second half of the thing, so we're good there.
Your power.
I will decide how to use it. Restarting with a different kind of build, which is basically a Beast Rider. Interesting. Honestly, the mounted combat doesn't seem that great in the game. Like, just from the bits and pieces of it I've tried out. It's functional, sure, but it's like, it doesn't really add a whole lot. Although, I guess one thing you do get is constant outflank and back-to-back and whatever. If you want to go for those effects. And maybe lances? I don't know if lances work on horseback. In this game, at least. I do want to try out some summoning, though. I want to try out a summoner build. Just got to figure out what route I'm going to take for that.
Now you know. You truly know.
Enough! Enough of this madness! I was blind. O Lady of Heaven, how blind I was. I saw holiness in the half-fiend's creation. All your valiant deeds, your resistance in the face of temptation, it was all a deception? Curse the Abyss, and curse Alushanira, where even the most faithful lose their way, and lie, and commit treason. I must save those who can be saved, and break free from the kingdom of darkness.
The angel's voice fades, and you can no longer sense his presence. He's disappeared. You gain the hand of the inheritor's trust not only by allegedly being the chosen one, but also by your actions.
I want to help you close the world wound.
You could have stayed around for that, bud. Sitting on the throne is Nauticula.
You were about to say, we are going to close the world wound, weren't you, Arilu?
Greetings to you, Our Lady in Shadow.
Ursula swiftly drops to one knee and bows her head.
It's nice to see that even surrounded by mortals, you haven't forgotten who your mistress is, Ursula. You may rise.
Nauticula nods casually in the succubus's direction.
I didn't mean to. I don't know why I did it.
Ursula stands up awkwardly and looks at Nauticula first, then at you with a stunned expression. Let's see. Reach your weapon. Bow respectfully. Smirk jauntily. Smile charmingly. Kneel. Or nod calmly. Have you just been sitting there listening to us the whole time?
Naturally. I am in the habit of observing my servants and guests while remaining unseen. Their private thoughts fly most eagerly from their lips when they believe themselves to be unwatched. And secrets exchanged in whispers are often invaluable.
Yeah, just so we know we're not going to be groveling.
Have I told you to bow down? Trust me, if I need you to do something, I won't leave you guessing. You will know my desires immediately, and you will know just as swiftly why fulfilling those desires is in your best interest. I have had my eye on you for a very long time. You see, it was at my behest that Lady Vorlesh imbued you with such incredible powers. But I was curious to see your worth as an individual, not as Lady Vorlesh's creation.
You are wise, my lady. However, only those who have never known or forgotten what it is like to be mortal can so easily dismiss the importance of power.
It is a shame your angel has left you mortal. I would have liked to talk to him. I don't expect I will get another chance, as that celestial buffoon's days are numbered.
You could see him?
The herald of that upstart goddess. Here.
Yes, although his defenses were quite intricate. A commendable precaution on his part, as word of the hand of the inheritor descending once more into the abyss reached the Echo of Discari almost immediately. Mind you, vindictiveness and guile have always been among his best qualities.
The hand told me that you shouldn't have been able to see him.
Perhaps you don't know everything about me yet, mortal. Perhaps you made the same mistake as many before you, and many who were more insightful and more powerful than you, by presuming to know what to expect from the Lady in Shadow.
So tell me about the Echo.
He is a strange creature. To the great dismay of both the Echo and the Lord of Crickets, the Echo was greeted by Eridan, protector of humankind. Eridan gave the Echo such a thorough thrashing, the whole abyss thought him dead. Envy, humiliation, ego. The usual playthings of little boys from all planes and realities. He's an interesting little bird, that angel. Before he became the Herald of Iomade, he served Regathiel, the General of Vengeance.
Your conversation is interrupted by a concerned-looking succubus who shows up. You recognize her. She was totally dying in the Nexus before.
Another island, another loss. Enough. I warned them that I would not stand for the desolation of my realm. Yes, you've already met Laulia, my talented assistant. I've heard she was very convincing at acting out her tragic death in the mines of the Nexus. I have prepared a beautiful intrigue that will topple many of your enemies and seal the world wound forever, ending the threat to Galarian. And you have the chance to become part of that intrigue.
Did Aurelia really create me? She certainly did. Let's see. Even the power you gained was purified to the extent that was possible so that you wouldn't know where it's coming from. We watched your will be tempered, and then when the time came, we started filling you with the energies of the Nahindrian crystals. Everything has its price, says Aurelia quickly. Your wound was, in essence, the flip side of all my experiments. Don't be too hasty. My companion would like to speak with it.
Ember. So that's her, then? Well, approach. I have heard you bleeding your pathetic prayers at me. You have some nerve addressing me with such nonsense. Did you think I would simply repent? Renounce my status as a demon lord? Do you have any idea what I had to do to acquire it? Wait, what is this?
Tears are rolling down Ember's cheeks as she sniffles noisily. She presses her maimed hands against her heart as she stares up into Ticular, her fragile form shudders from weeping. Aurelia wrinkles her nose in disdain. Why have you brought this simpleton here? This is a Lucianera, not an Erosian. We don't give alms here.
I can't stand these noises. Do you think you're the first to try to move me with a display of tears? It only makes me angry. If you wish to speak, then wipe your nose and speak clearly.
I know what you had to do to others and to yourself. I'm so sorry. So sorry. If only I could ease your pain somehow. Calm your sorrows.
She believes that deep down everyone is good, even creatures that are evil by nature.
I don't know what nature is and don't care a whit about cosmic good and evil. They are but labels thought up by philosophers. I know what power is. Pleasure, desire. All this childish babble merely amuses me. Nothing more. So, where were we? My pain? My sorrows? What nonsense are you talking? Don't tell me you pity me.
I'm so sorry. You're the most miserable soul I've ever seen. I've seen people burned alive. People being devoured by monsters. People burying their children. They were in pain. So much pain. But I've never seen anyone in as much pain as you.
What is this sacred drivel? What do you even know of me, Nat?
I've seen your city. You were the one who built it. It is the way you wanted it to be. It holds all of your dreams, all of your heart, and everyone in this city is suffering. Everywhere, all the time, every minute. All who live here are hurting and scared. If these are its citizens, how miserable must its ruler feel?
And this is what you brought her to me for. You think this infantile sniveling is worthy of my attention?
Yeah, I've seen it work. Maybe you should listen.
As if I hadn't seen enough sanctimonious bores in my life.
I mean, this hurts your soul, but then the next chapter.
So, what do you suggest I do, preacher? Beg the good gods' forgiveness? Devote myself to serving a sword-swinging upstart, perchance? Or that old crone, the moon?
No. Gods can't help anyone. They're just like us mortals. Silly, frightened, clueless. You're almost goddess yourself. You know better than anyone that no one can save you. No one except you.
Save me? From what exactly?
From yourself. From what you've done to yourself. From the city you've imprisoned yourself in. Listen! You are a queen, but you're the queen of pain and filth. Your realm is a realm of your own suffering. You're almost goddess. You can do anything you want. So why won't you make yourself happy? You could become the Redeemer Queen.
Oh, you haven't seen chapter 5? I won't spoil the surprise intentionally.
Have I heard anything like that? Well, child, enough joking. Get out of my sight, or I'm afraid I might decide to keep you here forever as my fool.
Do you think she took my words to heart?
Probably.
That would be great.
I told you to get out! I don't want to hear your squeaky voice again.
I want to talk to you about treason. Shamira. Let's see. Get cool thing. So why do you tolerate Shamira? I'm not gonna tell her about Sakothanov. What exactly are you offering me? Become my weapon. Why would you want to close the wound? I liked it at first, because it was super cool, but then it turns out, no, kind of bad. Let the armies pass and they would comply with my wishes while on my island, and now they're not doing that. What do I gain by serving you? You're so powerful, why do you need me? How exactly do you plan to close it? Crush threshold, and then we'll deal with it. Naticula casts a sidelong glance at Arushale. Then again, I'm not offering you anything new, as you are already enjoying my favor, Commander. Your companion is a succubus, and I'm the succubus queen. This demon follows you around only because I allow it. Tell me, Arushale, are you grateful that I'm not forbidding you from traveling with the Commander and fighting against your own kind? The succubus reluctantly lowers her head. You're incredibly generous, Our Lady in Shadow. Sela winks at you. So what do you think, Commander? First, I'd rather take my chances rowing to this another island far from here in a rusty buck than make any deals with the Lady in Shadow. I'll steer. We're clearly being manipulated into serving as a tool in an intrigue we cannot fully evaluate. Given that we lack complete information, it would be tempting to make use of her resources. That's what bait in the trap is supposed to be. Tempting. Why do we kill Hipzamra? They're not going to stand around and let you close it. I'll consider the offer. I mean, you'll see. You'll see. I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you. Just get to chapter 5. A glimmer of approval dances in Naticula's eyes. An interesting destiny lies before you, mortal. You will rise to great heights and play a part in events of titanic proportions. Many would give their life for a chance to tread such a path. This is a new line of dialogue. I've never seen this line before. Hipzamra visits a Lucianira every now and then, but a true lair is far from here in Kolfir. I killed Welotus. I want to talk about other denizens. What's your relationship with Rilu? She works for me. Betrayal is too strong a word. I opened the path to Galarian for those two, and I told them how to extract power from the hindering crystals. Doesn't it bother you that Rilu is working for someone else? Not really. How did Rilu become your servant? When the world wound was first opened, it only led to Discari's realm, but then there was another more powerful breach. Ah, okay, so PvP. I tried doing invasions, and I just couldn't get them. Like, I literally could not get them to spawn. I got one after, like, 10 minutes of waiting or something. Do you remember the old elven Marchmage? He's still alive. How old is he? Can mortals even live that long? Apart from your immortal Aslanti? Say hello to him on behalf of the Lady in Shadow, and tell him that the one who replaced him has disappointed me immensely with his incompetence. No matter how hard he tried, he could never live up to my magnificent elf. You know, you've managed to surprise me. A rare occurrence for someone who knows just about everything. With a pat of her eyelashes, Naticula sends you a piercing gaze, one that feels like it's delving into the deepest corners of your soul. PvP invasions in Elden Ring. Are Baphomet and Discari your allies? Nah. Does the name Sakothbanoth sound familiar? Sakothbanoth? Don't tell me my fate has brought you and my wayward brother together. Be careful with him. He never knows when to stop. He just lusts for more and more. Up to a certain point, it feels wonderful. She smiles lecherously, but then her face darkens. I allowed him everything, but even then he wasn't satisfied. One day he decided that he no longer wanted to ask for permission. He tried to make me his property. I would not forgive anyone for that. I had to remind him who he was and who I was. I did not kill him. Just taught him a lesson and threw whatever was left at the steps of his ridiculous cathedral. He's been angry with me ever since. It's very amusing to watch his desperate attempt at taking revenge. Oh, my silly, silly brother. You hear pity in Naticula's voice. Oh, nice. Hopefully you enjoy it. And yeah, Moonveil Katana. Everyone talks about the Moonveil Katana. I'll have to try it out. I want to know more about you. Counting my whole story would take longer than your brief mortal life allows. I have the exact same character, although I can't remember what gift I took at the start. How'd you become a demon lord? Slew people. Are the Midnight Eyes really corpses of demon lords? Yep. How'd you turn the demon lords into islands? Secret. What do you plan to do next? Subdue all the abyss? Possibly, or something else. Who knows? More questions. I have a question. Lady Naticula, how many copulation partners have you had? I'm making a list for the encyclopedia, and I believe you may take one of the top spots. Sela tries prodding Nenyo's side, but not before the question is asked. Darren moves his lips soundlessly. You can't hear what he's saying, but you can clearly make out the words shut up and idiot. Reginald lays a hand on his weapon. His face remains impassive. For a few tense moments, Naticula peers into Nenio's face and yours, then smiles with the slightest curve of her lips. What matters to me is not quantity, but quality, and I'm well ahead of any other denizen of the Abyss in that regard. That is where we will end this discussion. Ah, I see. Yeah, that's a good way to play, I suppose. At least early on. Once you get some levels in you, then you can just, like, rush in and just, like, smack people around with a weapon. And it feels pretty good to do that, too. I like how they have stealth as an option, though. It's very appreciated. If I'm gonna get guards, I need someone to watch over my camp. I still have some business to take care of in Lucianera. Lexicon Paradox. Alright. The Lord of the Abyss wants the book that it holds the secret to opening the Abyss. Opening the world. All with the best intentions, I'm sure. Regel's frown deepens. I expected a better lie from the Lady in Shadow. This one won't do. Why do you need it? I'll consider your offer. I forgot. I got some business to take care of.
Yes. Mythic levels.
Look at all that. Okay, so basically, I'm done here pretty much. Ooh, lucky. Do you mean that you, like, backstabbed him or something? Because that is something you can do. So, let's see. I'm going to make a save here. Time to leave for the mines. So I'm going to link that save there, and I'm going to stop the stream now for Pathfinder. Next time is going to be Coalfear, and I have to decide if I'm going to take Naticula's boat or the one I can hire in the tavern. I don't know how much of a difference there actually is. Like, I know there's, like, some small bits and pieces that are different, but that's something to figure out. Anyway, I'll figure out which way I want to go with that next time, and then do Coalfear and on to Act 5. Yeah, it's always good when you can pull those off, because you're actually able to, like, circle around and stab people in the back. Always been a thing since Dark Souls 1, and it's a good mechanic for people to use against people, not against other players. When it's against other players, it's always like, oh, man. Anyway, as I was saying, though, I am going to stop streaming Pathfinder for now. I'm going to get some food in me, get some prep done, and then I'll be back in an hour or two or something and stream some Elden Ring. Yeah, gonna do some late game stuff there. So, I'll be back with this on Wednesday. And, as always, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the game with me. Enjoy the rest of your days. I'll see you in a bit, maybe. Or I'll just see you next time or whatever. Tomorrow is Monday, so that's normal demo day. Enjoy the rest of your days, nights, evenings, what have you. And, let me see. Is anyone streaming I can raid? Let's have a look. See, what does Twitch say to me? Let's see, anyone streaming Pathfinder? This person is doing a casual playthrough. I'll send you over to Fatal Fury 386. They just started a couple minutes ago. Does Them's Fighting Herd? I do have Them's Fighting Herds. Does that actually have, like, a story of some kind? Because I could install and try it out. I just never tried it before. Channel is intended for mature audience. It's probably fine. Anyway, yeah. So, I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you next time.